is making sure homebound seniors get their COVID-19 shots. If you or someone you know is unable to leave the house, let us come to you. Residents may call 1-800-96-ELDER to reach your local area agency on aging. This message is sponsored by the Florida Department of Elder Affairs, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this radio station.
Ty Lassiter here, managing partner and CEO of Key City Capital. I think we can all admit that our origin has a lot of importance in what we will become. Many of you didn't originate from Florida, but you have come here, and that choice has altered your path for the rest of your life, especially how much taxes you pay if you came here from the Northeast. So what is Key City Capital's origin? Why did we choose to move to Southwest Florida? Our mission is to connect capital to wealth through passive real estate and alternative investments. Very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors. For over 10 years, we have never missed a monthly interest payment to our partners, and we have never lost a penny of our investors' capital. That is history you can build and rely on.
If you're looking for significant returns from real estate and alternative investments, call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Hurricane season is here, and there's a lot we need to do to prepare our homes. It's important not to forget about electrical safety, from generators to surge protectors. Mr. Sparky is here for you before, during, and after the storm to provide the best in electrical care. Give us a call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated. Licensed in their respective state or counties.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 6 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station. 92.5 Fox News.
Fox News. Former President Trump using time on stage at the Conservative Political Action Conference in Dallas to blame Democrats and critical race theory.
Donald Trump blasted what he says is liberals' adoption of critical race theory, especially in education, as it professes a disdain for American institutions.
And if government-run schools are going to teach children to hate their country, we will demand school choice.
The former president isn't the only one. Vernon Jones is black and a former Democratic state lawmaker from Georgia. He's now running for governor there as a Republican. He says Democrats are losing minority support.
Well, they're teaching racism now through the critical race theory, telling one kid based on his color he's superior to the other kid based on their color. I can't go along with that.
At CPAC in Dallas, Eben Brown, Fox News.
Infrastructure stands between the Senate and a traditional late summer recess.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is warning of long nights, working weekends, and a potentially shorter August recess so lawmakers can pass an infrastructure agreement and budget resolution. Both are needed for Democrats to make good on passing President Biden's proposals. Schumer could also force another vote on election reform blocked earlier this year by Republicans. In a letter to colleagues, Schumer also says senators should be ready to fill a potential vacancy on the Supreme Court, a reference to the pressure from some Democrats on Justice Stephen Breyer to retire. In Washington, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Searing heat, wildfires, and electricity. Firefighters working in extreme heat on wildfires in California and Oregon, while power companies urge people to conserve energy, in part due to fire-damaged equipment. A large part of the West, again, dealing with triple-digit temperatures. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Monday morning. Starting out with a crash right now in Fort Myers at 6 Mile Cypress Parkway and Penzance Boulevard. No roadblock or injuries out there, but watch for some deputy activity nearby if you're heading out through that stretch of Lee County. Looking good along Daniels Parkway, just a little busier near I-75 and Treeline on Daniels. No slowdowns on Colonial building up to early on this morning. 41 quiet across the area. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Monday, Southwest Florida. We are kicking off this Monday to what'll be a bit of an active start with scattered thunderstorms set to develop for this afternoon. We do, in fact, have a risk for some severe storms capable of producing some damaging winds, of course, heavy rain, lightning, and perhaps even some small hail as highs push to near 91 degrees. We'll be waking up here Tuesday morning to a low near 74 degrees. Scattered storms again for both Tuesday and Wednesday with clouds and sun, highs remaining in the lower 90s for the next few days. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
I just want to say I love America because everyone gets a voice.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
True relief for back and neck pain.
Back or neck pain is not just unpleasant, it can be debilitating, preventing you from performing your daily routine and even confining you to bed. In decades past, patients suffering from spinal issues were often just given pain medication, spinal injections, and, when they did not heal, often underwent spinal surgery. Luckily, there is now another option, non-surgical spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we use an advanced technology to apply a completely safe unloading force to relieve nerve compression associated with bulging herniated discs, sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, neuropathy. This award-winning approach, safe for any age, has gained international praise from physicians for its success. Complete pain relief is achievable. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Rockstar Harley has secured 0% APR financing on all new Harley-Davidsons this week. That's right, 0% annual percentage rate and financing terms that can save you thousands on interest. Over 300 new and used Harleys in stock at Rockstar Harley, ready for immediate delivery. Finance experts on site to get you approved. 0% APR on all new Harleys this week. Don't give me the eye roll, pay attention. Buy a Harley and pay 0 interest. Rockstar Harley-Davidson is the #1 volume Harley dealer in Florida. It's the best time to buy at Rockstar Harley. On approval of average credit and Sunday.
What's it like being an installer for Closet Factory? It's one of those cool jobs, like working ski patrol, training horses, or something on a train. I mean, it's your job to bring a designer's and client's idea to life with your own hands, right? There's something beautiful about it.
For more information on what it's like being a Closet Factory installer and if it's the perfect job for you, call today 239-225-7235. 239-225-7235. Closet Factory is an equal opportunity employer.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no loan costs, period. If the mortgage you have right now was done prior to COVID-19, you should call us for a free review. At Mortgage Warehouse, we understand how frustrating it can be to make your mortgage payment month after month, and the loan balance just doesn't seem to go down. The payment is mostly interest, but we can help with that. We can combine near record low mortgage rates with our local no closing cost program to improve your mortgage payment right away. You do not have to roll any closing costs into your loan balance to get these ultra-low mortgage rates. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or call 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage. When you need certainty in the home buying process with a loan that fits your life, Rocket can.
Injuries on the job can cause you to lose control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar Levine. Money is not coming in and your medical bills are piling up. Our legal team is here to help. We can help you file all your workers' compensation claims to make sure you get the proper benefits you're entitled to. If you've been injured on the job, call the law offices of Anajar Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Naples.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. The talk and text line. We stream live. DrewSteele.com. That's the website. Steele has 3 E's. We always appreciate you watching this very program, to which I speak to you on this microphone directly to that camera that's right there. It that makes me look fuzzy and orange. We got to work on the camera. Do you think we? Jake has been complaining about the camera, and listen, we've got one, so that's a start. There's one in the studio. That's a good place to begin. But for some reason, I don't know. This is your territory. You're the one that put DrewSteele.com together to make it simple and easy for everybody to go visit and say and watch. You're the one that is constantly on your computer trying to make your own little mini crypto farm out of your living room.
That's accurate.
That is very accurate. Which, by the way, I heard a news on, for those that don't care. I'm going to give you a little bit more crypto news that you don't care about. Did you know that the place now on the globe, on the globe, surface of the globe, not internally of the globe, but what do you think right now is the epicenter of crypto farms around the globe?
China.
Nope. No, China stopped it. They were the ones that put a kibosh on it. They said, no, we're not doing this. They don't want any part of crypto. Remember, they don't want any part of crypto because they're doing their own crypto, because they're doing their own state-run crypto, which is kind of defeating the purpose.
Communism.
So now do you know where? You want to take a guess?
Is it here?
It's in the United States.
So pick a state? Is that
Pick
what
a state. Pick a state at random.
California.
No, it's not California. Think more freedom.
Texas.
It is. The state of Texas, and I guess there's one place in particular. Texas has now become the epicenter of the crypto mining world. And if you don't know anything about crypto mining, here's what you need to know. Just imagine if you were to take your home computer, and maybe you got the old school computer. It's not really old school, but it's sitting underneath your desk. It's a big giant cube, like the tower, right? Your computer tower at home, or even your Mac Mini or whatever you have if you're a Mac person, which good for you. That's the wiser of the two choices. And that's what I said. And let's say you take your tower. Now multiply that by 10,000, and maybe you might start having what we would call a serious farm, a crypto farm.
Yeah, it might be profitable.
It's computer upon computer upon computer upon computer. And what are they doing? That's the interesting question. They're just mining, meaning that it's constantly running, and
they're solving algorithms, like problems, like math problems.
Right. So if every time you solve a math problem, you get a little, teeny little itsy bitsy bit of
a token.
Right. You get a token, and then you collect all these tokens, and ultimately you're trying to. So that's what a crypto farm is. I have no idea how we even started the program this way, but that's where we are. I was trying to get to the point that thank you for watching, and it's Jake's fault. And
Texas
we need a new
is now
camera.
the number one.
We went from needing a new camera to crypto farms, and now I'm getting ready to talk about Cuba and freedom. How about that? How's that for a leap? We almost need to start the program over again. I need the bed. You know what I need? I need just the music bed so that when we need to kind of refresh and wipe off what I just did and restart, I need just a tiny bit of my opening bed. And then that's it. You want to you're going to give me something? Go.
I mean, I can give you the whole thing.
No, I don't want the whole thing. It's too long. Work on that. Just give me a little snippet. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Drew, Steve.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, have you heard about the biggest crypto farm in the place? Okay, no. We're going to talk about, listen, this is kind of a big deal, everybody. We're going to talk about Trump at CPAC. CPAC was this weekend. And a lot of things went on there. The former president had a lot to say that certainly the mainstream legacy fake news media won't bring up, or we will. We will get into some of the idea of door-to-door knocking to check whether or not you're vaccinated, and how there are some big communist, social, Democrat media outlets it's all the same, who want to say now that you don't have a life unless you're vaccinated. As a matter of fact, maybe we're going to have to mandate vaccinations. And how many of you thought this was where we were going? And there's a very simple explanation as to why people are upset over the idea of mandating vaccines. And it may not be what you think. It's not just the idea that we like our liberties and our freedoms here in this country, and so do a lot of people who want to be here and be a lot like us. Isn't it amazing how you have these protests on the street, Cubans taking to the street, something that you rarely see because it's not really safe to do it. And they did it, and they have been doing it yesterday and overnight. We're going to get to that story in just a second. But again, the idea of mandates, it's not just freedom and liberty, but it's also the assumption, the foundation as to why we are supposed to do this. And I'm going to go someplace this morning where maybe others dare tread or won't tread. Is it dare to tread? No, I'm the one that dares to tread. Others do not dare to tread. Just want to get that straight. because I think there's something so fundamentally missing in the conversation about vaccination that it's not fair that there are some who will say it hanging around a dining room table on a weekend with friends, enjoying a beverage, and then getting on a radio program and saying the same thing that people are saying on the streets, but we don't get enough time to hear about, and I'll go there. So, as you know, I usually do. All right, what is this? What is this sound that I hear? What is this? What is this? Listen. This is Cubans taking to the streets, demonstrations to protest what? What do you think they're protesting? Well, they're protesting the conditions that are going on the island of Cuba, the lack of freedoms that they have seen for the longest time under a Marxist regime that has been there, that maybe this is the moment in time where people are starting to see in places where they've had enough, where they really have had enough. And don't do what we're doing here. Don't become who we are right now. The last thing that Cubans want to see on the island of Cuba is for America to become Cuba. Right? We need to make America Florida. Isn't that the state? Isn't that how it goes? Make America Florida? I think that's that's the t-shirts, right? It's Make America Florida or something like that.
I have a hat.
Yeah, you have a hat. Okay. Congratulations. You mean a hat that says, I thought you were just in generally just saying that, okay, why anybody would care that you have a hat. But isn't it amazing to anyone that when you see pictures of countries who the inhabitants of these countries make their way to the streets in tens of thousands, we're hearing stories about how these are massive amounts of people on the streets that want their liberty, want their freedom, are tired of the blackouts, that are tired of the lack of access to electricity, that are tired of the lack of a lot of things on the island. They're just done. And then we hear that Cuban police and members of the island's elite security force can be seen in a video that I'm looking at attacking unarmed protesters with rocks. The protesters have rocks. Yeah, the forces do not. Brutal repression in Santa Clara as police unleash a wave of massive arrests across the island to crush peaceful pro-democracy protests and forcibly impose a dictatorship clinging on to the power despite oppression and humanitarian catastrophes. That is from someone who tweeted it out named Michael Lima Quadra. And others that are keeping an eye on it. The violent attacks against unarmed pro-democracy protesters. There are plenty of videos that are out there, but it is amazing to me how time and time again, how you can see, and I'm looking at a couple of memes that have been put out there on Twitter, whether it's Cuba, whether it's Iran, whether it's Venezuela, whether it's Hong Kong, every single time you see pictures across the globe of people who want to get away from dictatorial regimes, Marxist, Leninist, communist regimes, people that are oppressing, real oppression, not the kind of oppression that we're told is happening here in this country and quite honestly around the globe. You know, critical race theory that is being taught to our kids now. But every time you see real oppression going on, what's the one thing you always see in the pictures? What's the one symbol that every single country will show, will hold, will proudly display? What do you think it is? You're right. You're exactly right. It's the American flag. Every single picture, I'm looking at pictures right now, they all have pictures of the American flag. Why? Why do they all have pictures of the American flag? Because they know exactly where to go. And they know exactly who is the epitome of liberty and freedom across the globe. They don't have flags of Russia. They don't have flags of China. They don't have flags of any other country. France, Canada, Germany. I mean, pick one. Why don't they have any of those countries? Isn't anybody ever asked that? Because it's obvious. It is obvious. There's a symbol that they pick for a reason. And so now we're hearing more and more about the people in the streets of Cuba who have had enough. And funny enough, what do you think this administration is saying about this? Well, let's take a break. And when we come back, I want to talk a little bit about what the Biden administration is saying now about these uprisings on the street of Cuba. And they make a difference. They mean something, everybody. I'm not talking about what the administration is saying, but the fact that in Cuba they are doing this right now. It means something to what is happening in this country, and I'll explain coming up. There's a bigger picture here, and you probably already see it and know it. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along. Hey, by the way, 239-479-5592, anytime you want to text. DrewSteele.com, anytime you want to watch. Teresa O'Shea, anytime you want to get traffic. She's got it.
Good Monday morning, starting off with a crash along 6 Mile Cypress Parkway at Penzance Boulevard. No roadblock or injuries out there. Just watch out for some activity if you're heading through the area right now north of Daniels Parkway. Clear heading out along 75, getting a little bit busier in Bonita Springs along East Terry Street right near Imperial Parkway, but Bonita Beach Road, not too bad, just a little slower right at the roundabout near Old 41. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Monday, Southwest Florida. As we head throughout the day, look out for scattered thunderstorms developing for this afternoon. Some may become severe with the capability of producing some damaging winds, heavy rain, and of course, frequent lightning too. A high of 91 degrees for today. Temperatures cool into the middle 70s overnight with more storms for tomorrow. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
This Fox News business report is presented by Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions Incorporated, providing organic and botanical pest control solutions since 2011.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks finishing up last week in positive territory. The Dow ending up 448 points, the Nasdaq up 142, and the S&P 500 ending up 49. Financial leaders from G20 nations are moving closer to a deal on an international crackdown on taxes. Leaders backing components of a tax plan, including reallocating profits of multinational companies and a global minimum tax. The Senate is still negotiating a bipartisan infrastructure deal that a group of senators reached with President Biden last month, but Tennessee Republican Governor Bill Lee warns Democrats want much more.
They're trying to get Republicans to cooperate on certain aspects of infrastructure that probably we would agree on. Roads, bridges, airports, highways, even broadband. But they want to go far beyond that and mask this under the guise of bipartisanship. It doesn't appear to me that they're looking for a bipartisanship solution at all.
Lee appearing on Fox News Live. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Chris DeMeo, invested in you.
You've been tucked in long enough. Tucked into your home. Tucked into your virtual happy hours. Whatever that means. But finally, you can untuck. Untuck a new romance. Untuck a cold one enjoyed by a roaring bonfire. Untuck whatever you damn well please. And if you want to look good while doing it, untuck with the shirt made for this moment. Untuck It. Shirts designed to be worn untucked. Find your perfect fit at untuckit.com or one of 80+ Untuck It stores nationwide. Use code SUNNY for 20% off your purchase.
Summer real deals are here.
We're bringing back good times and great food.
Mel's is taking the heat off rising prices by bringing you cool summer real deals. Monday, every selection on the Golden Oldies menu is $10. We're talking Mel's famous meatloaf, chicken tenders, hot roast, and more, including sides. Just $10 with beverage purchase. Wednesday, Mel's award-winning fall off the bone baby back ribs, served with coleslaw, super salad. It's a summer real deal at just $12.99. Thursday, enjoy a half-pound prepared-to-order Braveheart Black Angus cheeseburger with fries and slaw, plus a domestic draft, $9.99. And how about this? A summer real deal Friday and Saturday date night featuring Mel's fresh roasted USDA choice prime rib, together with a glass of wine, just $15.99. Now that's a winning summer real deal. Summer real deals are happening now at Mel Steiner.
What's the big deal? When I talk about Pentair water systems, maybe even your free digital Pentair water test that you should get now, well, what's the big deal? What makes them so great? Well, the big difference with the Pentair water test, let's say, for example, is they use the same equipment as the EPA, so you can see the results print out right in front of you for a recommendation that you can absolutely trust. And that's one of the other things that I love about Pentair water solutions, besides the fact that I can get rid of that ugly lime scale on my appliances, the chlorine, the iron, even the lead. You have that uniform Pentair water specialist, my buddy Max. He'll find and handle the toughest water issues, and then that mobile showroom, you can see all the equipment for yourself. They've got both high-performance salt systems and salt-free solutions, too, so no lugging in bags of salt with the Pentair salt-free systems, and no timers, no hassles, and you're going to love it. And now through July 30th, take $199 off installation of your whole home water system. So call for your free digital Pentair water test now, 239-880-7799. Book online at pelicanwestfl.com and call for your free digital Pentair water test right now.
It's a hot afternoon, and you're listening to the news. And now you're hot under the collar, too. I'm Matt from Island Air. When you choose an AC contractor, you're entrusting that company with the air that you and your family breathe. A healthy unit means a healthier household. Island Air has a long history in Southwest Florida and hundreds of customer reviews that you can see on our website at islandairfl.com, where you will see the Island Air difference. Want to try us out? Our $99 system saver one-time maintenance is guaranteed. If your AC breaks within 6 months of the maintenance, we will credit the payment towards any repair. Island Air also offers free second opinions. Let us review your quote for any service, replacement, or repair for your peace of mind.
IslandAirFL.com. That's IslandAirefL.com. IslandAirefL.com or call 239-645-4668. That's 239-645-4668. License number CAC 057544.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
3, 2, 1. Release, release, release. Clean release. Ignition. And 60 seconds. And that is a full duration burn, folks. We are headed to space.
All right, whatever. Just in case, if Jake is like, what do you think? You're at a ball game, thumbs down? You know what that is.
It's not space.
I know it's not space. Richard Branson faked going to space yesterday. He and a 5-man crew went 53 miles above the Earth and achieved weightlessness. Big whoop.
Wow.
Exactly, big whoop. Nobody's excited about that.
Oh, we did it 60 years ago.
Well, this is commercial space flight. This is not, we're not talking about. Yeah, that's fake in space is what that's called.
Where were the stars at? Why were there no stars?
Right, why were there no stars? No, this isn't the North Pole. You sound like Elf. This isn't the North Pole. Where's the snow? Yes, it is. No, it's not. Where's the snow? Oh, gosh. All right, 239-479-5592. So, down with dictatorship. Thousands of Cubans demonstrated against the communist regime, took to the streets yesterday in a number of cities to protest what? Human rights abuses, a lack of freedom, a worsening economic situation in the communist-ruled country. But no. That's not what the White House is saying, and that's not even what CBS News is saying. I'm looking at Cheryl Atkinson, who just put this out this morning, a tweet. A crowd gathered in Miami's Little Havana on Sunday to demonstrate solidarity with anti-government protests being held in Cuba. The Cuban government has been criticized for the country's economic crisis as well as its handling of the COVID pandemic. Oh, is that really what this is? This is just about the COVID pandemic. It's nothing else. And the White House did the same thing. They took to the street because they want liberty. They want freedom. They're waving American flags. They're done. They're done with this. And despite all of that, Daily Wire was reporting Julie Chung, the acting assistant secretary of the U.S. Department of State. Peaceful protests are going on in Cuba as the Cuban people exercise their right to peacefully assemble to express concern over rising COVID cases, really, and medical shortage. That's it? Oh, that's all it is, everybody. It's nothing else. Yeah, they don't, well, they do get it. But why in the world would they want to stop this? The search for liberty and freedom.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
It's Kaylee Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. Do you want to know a secret? I know more about air conditioning than a lot of the so-called technicians in this business, and I'm just a kid. Kobe Cooling is voted the best AC company year after year because we use real NATE certified mechanics and not sales techs. We give you the best trained team in South Florida on every call. Don't take a chance with your indoor comfort and air quality. Call us at Kobe Cooling at 239-482-1542. Again, at 239-482-1542. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense, no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL-MPG. MillenniumPhysician.com.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Listen up, vehicle owners. Waiting to sell your vehicle can cost you thousands of dollars. If you have a car, truck, SUV, or van, Sutherland buys it. Click SutherlandBuysIt.com right now. It's Florida's newest and easiest way to sell or trade your vehicle. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral are Florida's #1 dealer. And right now, we're paying 130% book value for your vehicle. Sell your car today. No matter if it's a current loan, lease, or paid off, Sutherland buys it. No matter the make, model, or mileage, Sutherland buys it. No matter when or where you bought it, Sutherland buys it. You could drive a newer, nicer car for less than you're paying now. Log on to SutherlandBuysIt.com. Get an offer for your vehicle right now. Waiting can cost you thousands. Sutherland is paying 130% book value today. Click SutherlandBuysIt.com.
See dealer for details.
Fox News, I'm Kathleen Maloney. President Biden and Attorney General Merrick Garland will get together in Washington with local leaders to talk about gun violence and the crime spike in cities across the nation.
New York City Democratic mayoral nominee Eric Adams, who will be at today's White House meeting and is a former police officer, says his party is wrongly focused on defunding police and banning assault rifles.
Fox's Lauren Blanchard, Portland, Oregon, seeing a more than 500% spike in homicides this year. Former President Trump addressing crime and racial tensions at CPAC in Dallas.
We're all united by the same shared American values and by unyielding resolve to defend our beloved nation for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed.
He thinks rising crime will help Republicans in the next election. America is listening to Fox News.
Wink News traffic.
Good Monday morning, starting off with a crash along 6 Mile Cypress Parkway at Penzance Boulevard. No roadblock or injuries out there. Just watch out for some activity if you're heading through the area right now north of Daniels Parkway. Clear heading out along 75, getting a little bit busier in Bonita Springs along East Terry Street right near Imperial Parkway, but Bonita Beach Road, not too bad, just a little slower right at the roundabout near Old 41. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Monday, Southwest Florida. We are kicking off this Monday to what'll be a bit of an active start with scattered thunderstorms set to develop for this afternoon. We do, in fact, have a risk for some severe storms capable of producing some damaging winds, of course, heavy rain, lightning, and perhaps even some small hail as highs push to near 91 degrees. We'll be waking up in your Tuesday morning to a low near 74 degrees. Scattered storms again for both Tuesday and Wednesday with clouds and sun, highs remaining in the lower 90s for the next few days. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Plug into the power. 92.5 Fox News.
Right. All along. Where do designers store their clients' furniture when doing an estate home remodel? Rice's Moving and Transport in Naples. With over 10,000 square feet of air-conditioned storage space, designers use Rice's Moving and Transport for one reason: trust. They know Rice's Moving team will pad wrap and inspect all articles carefully, then securely store them. Contractors use Rice's during a remodel to store customers' personal items too. Upon completion, everything is then returned to your home, completely unpacked and carefully reassembled. Another important point to consider when selecting a mover is this: only a handful of moving companies actually follow all the laws. Many moving companies simply pay employees in cash. This creates an issue for you as they are not insured. If there's an accident, you're responsible. So if you're planning a whole home or condo remodel or need help moving and storing your treasured furniture and valuables, trust Rice's Moving and Transport, fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind. Rice'sMoving.net, moving you into the future.
The only thing worse than hiring no law firm after your injury is hiring the wrong law firm. When thousands of people call us every year asking to help them change law firms, I wonder why they ever call the other firm. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. We are big for a reason, which is why we've recovered over $9 billion for our clients. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
It's a new day, and it's coming at you fast. With Comcast Business, you'll have what you need to handle it, like the flexibility to control multiple Wi-Fi networks and the power to the nation's largest gig speed network. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Are you looking to build a boat dock, boat lift, or a seawall? Hello, I'm Jimmy Williamson of Williamson Brothers Marine Construction. My brother Joe and I, along with our children, represent the fourth generation of a tradition that began with my grandfather back in 1967. And it's a tradition of building something that you can be proud to put your name on. If you need a boat dock, boat lift, or seawall, call Williamson Brothers at 844-WB-BUILT. Our docks, boat lifts, and seawalls are constructed with materials that pass the test of time. We only use stainless steel fasteners, marine-grade aluminum boat lifts, and the strongest deck board in the industry, Wear Deck. It's the last deck board you'll ever need. And lastly, our seawalls. We build them with enough concrete and steel that they come with a lifetime warranty. If you need a boat dock, boat lift, or a seawall, call Williamson Brothers at 844-WB-BUILT. We're online at WBDocks.com. That's WBDocks.com.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it. Guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at GoodDealsAppliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. Trust our team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. We'll get it done right and get it done safely.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in the respective state or county.
Jason and Todd believe in value. They're direct diamond importers and hand select each diamond directly from the cutters. By cutting out the middlemen, the Diamond District offers the best quality diamonds at the lowest prices, and they pass that savings on to you.
At the Diamond District.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. To Daybreak with Drew Steele.
No, I can't taste this. That's just not happening. No way. Oh, that's so nasty. The worst part was smelling it while I was chewing it. That was the most disgusting thing I've ever had in my life.
All right.
No, I can't taste this.
Stop it. Yeah, you can't taste it. All right, so in keeping an eye on the Utes of America, because there's many of you that...
Did you say Utes?
Yes. There's many of you that aren't sure what's going on when it comes to TikTok and when it comes to the latest craze and the latest thing that's on TikTok that people are doing that sometimes could be, I don't know, what's a good way of putting it? Stupid. Okay, here you go. And something that I'm not saying Jake's stupid. I'm just saying this is something that Jake will end up trying today because it's a TikTok sensation.
Is it food?
Yep. So, well, that was a girl who was doing something called Snickles. Have you heard of Snickles yet?
No.
Listen, this is like a public service announcement for all of you who may have some kids in the family or people that are addicted to TikTok, like anybody under the age of 25, which is really creepy in and of itself. I'm talking addicted. And things happen, and then you're like, how did you come up with this? Who gave you the idea to do Snickles? It's TikTok. So they're stuffing pickles with Snickers inside. You gonna try that?
No.
Right, like who?
No.
This is the problem with TikTok, is that people come up with the dumbest things that they can possibly think and say, let's see if we can make this go viral. Let's see if we can get the rest of the country to do this really dumb thing. And then Jake ends up eating it and gets sick and doesn't come into work. And then he loses a day of productivity, which means he can't pay for the World of Supercraft Part 7 video game that he plays every day, and he can't pay his buddy back, and then his buddy doesn't want to be his friend anymore. So not only is Jake losing productivity, he's losing friends. That's what you've done, TikTok.
Thanks, TikTok.
Not a joke. All right, 239-479-5592. That's it. That's as far as I'm going. All right, CPAC took place over the weekend. Many of you may or may not have heard about it. The former president of the United States was there. A couple of things did go on. There was a lot of talk of critical race theory, which is really good to see that a lot of people are concerned about it. Scott Walker was there at CPAC, and he called it, he says, call it what it is. It's state-sanctioned racism. That's what he said. Robbie Starbuck, who was there, who is going to be running, I guess, for governor in the state of Wisconsin, and talking about how far the left in this country is willing to go when it comes to critical race theory.
We're on the precipice of communism, and too many people are afraid to say it or they just can't see it. But that's where we are. And so what we need is strength. We need our legislators, we need our governors to be the strongest and most aggressive they have ever been, because if you take that power that you have, that you've been given by the people, and you abdicate your responsibility to fight for them, you are not only doing a disservice to those people, you are doing exactly what the Democrats want you to do. They want you to have this idea that they wouldn't wield that power differently. Well, let me tell you, they will use that power, and they will go to any length to get what they want.
That's a great point. They'll go to any length to get what they want. Democrats will absolutely do it. I've said it a million times. They play the long game. Republicans always play this short game. They win the battle, but the Democrats always win the war. They will always hang around, and they'll go to any length, as we have seen, certainly just in the past, 4, 6, 8, 12 years.
The Uranium One scandal.
The IRS targeting scandal.
The Clinton Foundation. Fusion GPS dossier.
Benghazi. Hillary Clinton email case.
Sergeant Bo Bergdahl. Remember him?
There have been a couple of things that Democrats do that, but it's a great point. And when he's talking about parents and getting out there, getting involved on campus, school boards, whatever you have to do to make sure that you stop critical race theory, critical theory from being part of something that's going to be taught now and mandated across the country. We already know what the teachers' unions are planning on doing and what they have been doing and the way that they're talking about it. Why did they defend critical theory and critical race theory and social justice and white privilege and everything else? Why do they defend it and are willing to defend it in courts? Why are they willing to go that far? What's the end game? And ultimately, the end game is to dismantle. And that's, I guess, what fundamentally, if you're trying to figure out critical race theory still, we're going to get to the president in just a second. But ultimately, if you're still trying to figure out what critical race theory is, and what the plan is, and what the motivation is, understand that the motivation is to dismantle everything that we know about our government, about this country, about capitalism, about free markets, to dismantle it, to tear it down, and to start over. And when they start over, it's not going to be free market capitalism. It's not going to be the kind of country that places like Hong Kong and Venezuela and Cuba and Iran, every time you see pictures of these countries, you see the American flag. Why is it that when Cuba has an uprising like they did over the weekend, well, when they have people on the streets who are criticizing the government, who have had enough with their liberties and their freedoms taken away? Jake was just laughing about this on the break. It's like, you never see Cubans or even in Hong Kong as they're marching on the streets and they want freedom, and you see a big giant flag and it's a Canadian flag. Why don't you see a Canadian flag? Why don't you see a French flag or a German flag?
Because whenever we do the pledge, what do we say?
What do we say? You want me to say the Pledge of Allegiance to
I'm
the
Bruce
flag?
colleging you right now.
Okay, what I'm trying to think of liberty and justice for. I mean, which
Freedom
part of it?
and liberty and justice.
Well, there's a lot of. It's a pretty long.
No, it's pretty long.
The
but
pledge
that's
is
the
long.
gist
It's
of
like,
it.
well, I know you're okay. I get it, but you see what I'm saying? That is. I'm not saying that's humorous. I'm saying that's serious. You never see the Canadian flags in Hong Kong. They're not holding up Canadian flags and going, "Give us liberty and freedom." Anyway, the point is that it's the tearing down of our institutions. It's the tearing down of capitalism and the free markets. It is Marxism. It is installing a socialist, communist, Marxist ideology in this country. So that's fundamentally what we're talking about. Even Liz Wheeler was on Mark Lamont Hill, I guess, who used to be on CNN or is on CNN or is a CNN contributor, used to be, and now he does this. What's the name of the show? The name of the show is called, hold on, stand by. It's called Black News Tonight, and it's on DNC Go. So I guess it's part of the DNC. They have a show, and it's Mark Lamont Hill, and he had Liz Wheeler on, and they were talking about critical race theory. And it's hard to watch the whole 15-minute segment because it's Liz Wheeler setting up the argument that Mark Lamont Hill is asking about. Like, what makes you think that it's Marxist? And she goes, well, it started with Marxism, critical theory, and it goes back to, and she goes right through the timeline. He's like, well, that's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you, why do you, and it's just this, he's not even listening to her. But ultimately, she does get him to admit something very interesting on critical race theory. Mark Lamont Hill, one of the critical race theory propagandists that are out there, and she asks him a simple question.
To do this, you have to use this racialism, use this racial divide as a tool.
All right, she's talking about critical race theory, and she's talking about books in schools, and she's talking about one book in particular that is being taught in one Illinois school system that they already know of, and there are tons and tons of books that are out there that are teaching that whites are racist, or they're teaching white fragility in some way, shape, or form, or they're teaching a lot of different things about tearing the country apart. It's not about bringing us together. But this particular book, there aren't, I mean, maybe that's exaggerating. Nobody has seen the tons and tons of books. There certainly are many books that have to do with teaching social justice and critical theory. But she's asking this question about this book in particular and how it calls white people the devil. And she asks,
To do this, you have to use this racialism, use this racial divide as a tool to paint all white people as inherently racist. Do you believe that? Do you believe all white people are inherently racist?
So I don't know if you're backing me into a corner with that question, but yes, I do. I do believe that all white people are at some level, at the unconscious level, connected to racism.
Okay, so let me just stop there. At the unconscious level, see, that's the point. Mark Lamont Hill is saying at the unconscious level that all white people are racist. The point he's trying to make is that it's at an unconscious level. Why does that phrase mean something? Mean more than what he said about, yes, that whites are racist? Why did he? What does this mean, Jake? When he's
trying to say I'm racist when I'm asleep?
Yes, well, almost. Yes. So what he's trying to say is fundamentally what critical theorists are talking about. In this case, it's critical race theory, social justice. What he's talking about is that because of the institutions, listen, it's so simple. Oh, man, it is so simple, Jake. Listen. Again, listen to what he says. Listen, and then I'm going to explain. It's very simple. You're trying to figure out critical race theory. You're trying to understand what it is they're doing. Listen to this.
I don't know if you're backing me into a corner with that question, but yes, I do. I do believe that all white people are at some level, at the unconscious level, connected to racism.
At some level.
Some level at the unconscious level.
At some level at the unconscious level.
Double negative.
Okay. All right. At some level at the unconscious level. What he's saying is, you're racist, but you don't understand that you are. And the reason why is because the institutions that were created by racists since before the founding, 1619, everybody, okay? Countries formed by racists, on racism, on slavery, that because the founders were racist inherently, that they created a system that was inherently racist that you have been in since your birth and generations have been. And because you have brought into this society created by racists, you are inherently racist. His words, inherently. Listen to the words.
Some level at the unconscious level.
Unconscious level. You don't even know it because it's part of the system. So, Jake, how do you stop this cold? How do you stop this inherent racism?
Some level at the unconscious level.
How do you stop unconscious levels of racism dead in its tracks? You do it by dismantling the country and the foundation and the institutions of the country. And you start over. Because now a new generation will grow up without it. See how fresh and clean that is? That's how you do it. Does that make sense?
No.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't. But to them, it does. That's what this is. I don't understand critical race theory. I don't understand social justice. I don't understand white privilege. I don't understand why Mark Lamont Hill would say all whites are racist. Why does he say that? What does that mean? What are they trying to accomplish? You don't have to know anything else, except at the end of the day, the only way to stop it is to stop the racist foundations of this country. And the only way to do that is to get rid of the institutions, to get rid of capitalism and the free market. The institutions that were put together by racists, if you get rid of that, then you get rid of all of it and you can start fresh. And how do you think they want to come back? They don't want to come back with capitalism. They don't want to come back with free markets. That's the point. That's all you need to know. They can say everything that they want to say, but this is what they're teaching our kids. So ultimately, our kids grow up in a system, in a school system, in a government-run school system that tells them that the only way to stop this is to dismantle everything we know about the United States. And ultimately, a generation will be born and brought up with that. And the fear is that that's what they'll do. Make sense? And unfortunately, somehow, we got to go to break right now. And I just realized that I started the break by talking about the CPAC and the president, because he had something to say about this. This was brought up as well by the president. I'll get to that coming up. So there's that. Keeping an eye on Cuba today after the uprising and people protesting there in Cuba and how today is going to look. We'll keep an eye on that story. Also, a majority of Americans now believe COVID was leaked from the lab in Wuhan. Uh-oh. Well, what does that mean for all the people that have been talking about that and brought that up in social media that tore it down? And there's a couple of other polls that are out there as well you might find interesting. We'll have that all coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic, there's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. Dealing with a little bit of a slowdown building on Daniels Parkway between 75 and Treeline Avenue northbound approaching Daniels. Getting slow out there as well. We're looking good on 82 in and out of Lehigh Acres. Just some volume building on Alabama Road southbound approaching the intersection of 82. No delays crossing the bridges between the Cape and Fort Myers and downtown into North Fort Myers. All those running at about 2 minutes or so in each direction. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Monday, Southwest Florida. As we head throughout the day, look out for scattered thunderstorms developing for this afternoon. Some may become severe with the capability of producing some damaging winds, heavy rain, and of course, frequent lightning too. A high of 91 degrees for today. Temperatures cool into the middle 70s overnight with more storms for tomorrow. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, I strive to offer the highest level of care for those suffering with back and neck problems. With unparalleled service and our award-winning non-surgical spinal decompression approach, thousands of people have chosen us to treat their back or neck problems. If you are seeking lasting relief that is proven effective without needles or surgery, then call today to see if you may be a candidate. This completely safe treatment can be effective for many conditions, including sciatica, ruptured or herniated discs, facet syndrome, compressed nerves, arthritis, and spinal stenosis. Additionally, people who had failed back surgery in the past often find incredible relief from spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care, all our treatments are drug-free and non-surgical. We use new and comprehensive approaches that provide lasting relief. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
At Naples Nissan, when we say we'll do whatever it takes, that's exactly what we mean. Hey, Southwest Florida, Aaron Walker here. Nissan has given us another big number to hit, and we're going to do whatever it takes to make it happen. Need a loan, but have bad credit? We'll do whatever it takes to get you that loan. Just tell us how much you want for your trade-in. We'll do whatever it takes to get it for you. Would you like to go payment-free until 2022? You got it. Would you like 0% financing for up to 5 years? No problem. Or maybe you'd like $5,000 cash in your hand. Hey, we'll make it happen. We've got over 400 new cars on our lot. Pick out your favorite at NaplesNissan.com, then come see us on Pine Ridge Road, exit 107 off I-75, and let us do whatever it takes so that you can drive it home today. All offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Hi, I'm Keith, the owner of Storm Shield Windows and Doors in North Fort Myers. And when it comes to hurricane windows and doors, you have two choices, Storm Shield and all the rest. Here's what our client Lauren had to say.
Our windows made a difference in terms of how our house looked. So it looked 30 years old with our old windows. And now that we have our new Storm Shield windows, they look totally different. Our coastal look is coming along. We definitely have other projects to do, but the look alone of these windows has definitely improved our house. We have more energy efficient windows than we had before. It's quiet, and we definitely know in the event of a storm that we're safe and secure.
Storm Shield's windows and doors reduce the exterior noise by up to 80%, and our clients typically see an average energy savings of 40%. Why choose Storm Shield? Because everyone deserves the best. Call us today at 239-491-7002 or visit stormshieldSWFL.com.
What's it like being an installer for Closet Factory? It's one of those cool jobs, like working ski patrol, training horses, or something on a train. I mean, it's your job to bring a designer's and client's idea to life with your own hands, right? There's something beautiful about it.
For more information on what it's like being a Closet Factory installer and if it's the perfect job for you, call today, 239-225-7235. 239-225-7235. Closet Factory is an equal opportunity employer.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, 239-479-5592. Hey, when we come back, we'll talk more about the president, former President Trump at CPAC, some of the things that he had to say. We'll play the audio. Also, the current vice president of the United States, Kamala Harris, who had a couple of things to say about vaccine misinformation, pretty funny stuff. And then also that I guess voter ID is a bad thing because there's plenty of people who don't have a Kinkos near them. That's pretty much what she said. But we'll dig into that comment a little bit if you didn't hear it I think it was on Friday. And we still continue to keep an eye on Cuba right now, as it'll be day 2. And we'll find out more about what's going on there. And the fact that even the governor and a lot of Florida Republicans are leading the response to these freedom protests that are erupting in Cuba. We'll get to some of the tweets that have been put out and some of the audio from there another day. We'll keep an eye on it. I wonder what the talking head fake news legacy media stations will be saying as well about it.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Let's talk about where you walk. Trey Radel here for Brits Carpet Outlet. What you walk on in your own home is entirely up to you. It should look good, of course, but it should work for the makeup and size of your family, whether your kids, quite frankly, have 2 legs or 4. One of the most versatile floors that you can buy is called the Luxury Structured Vinyl Plank. It's from Brits, and with hundreds of colors and styles, it can match any decor and is completely kid-proof, which is kind of important for us. Plus, it's waterproof and pet-proof. Easy to install yourself, or you can always count on Brits professional installers. Now, if you prefer carpet, they just received a truckload of carpet, so it is in stock and ready for quick installation at prices that simply cannot be beat even by the big box stores. So to show their appreciation, now through July 17th, Brits Carpet will be giving 15% off of all regular priced carpet and flooring to all active and retired military and law enforcement. Shop Brits in Fort Myers and Cape Coral, and be sure to tell them that Trey Radel sent you.
Well, is the little pill working yet?
Men, these days could be a thing of the past. Hello, this is Dr. Lou Spangler at Neogenics. Recent advances in non-surgical treatment for erectile dysfunction, combining high-frequency shockwave therapy with the P-Shot, which utilizes platelet-rich plasma, can help restore your virility. These treatments help restore blood flow to the penis and rejuvenate penile tissues, resulting in longer, stronger, firmer, more satisfying erections. Both treatments are simple, in-office procedures, and there is no pain and no downtime. You can resume all normal activities immediately after treatment, including sexual activity. Men, you don't have to suffer anymore. If you have erectile dysfunction or simply want to improve your sexual function, call Neogenics at 239-277-9999 for a free consultation. That's Neogenics at 277-9999. Again, 277-9999.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
Calling out so-called cancel culture at CPAC. I'm Ann Carrick, Fox News. Former President Trump at the Conservative Political Action Conference in Dallas on Sunday, saying it's a leftist tool used to silence conservatives.
Donald Trump, once Twitter's most popular user, is now suing social media companies over their targeting of conservatives and leniency towards liberals. He spoke at CPAC Sunday.
We embrace free thought. We stand up to political correctness. And we reject the intolerance of left-wing cancel culture.
Trump ally and Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz thinks that combating cancel culture could be as simple as being tolerant of each other.
It's okay if you sit next to someone on an airplane with bad politics. It's okay if you are in the same room or the same encounter with someone who may not see the world exactly like you do. YouTube would have banned Galileo.
Fox's Eben Brown. A global microchip shortage is shutting down some major car manufacturing plants.
Ford, GM, and Fiat Chrysler have all been impacted by the microchip shortage, and some have idled plants this year, simply unable to produce cars. Now Ford says it will continue to idle some plants. An assembly plant in Chicago will shut down for the next 3 weeks. In Michigan, one plant will be down for the next 2. Another plant will run fewer shifts. The F-150 line will be down at the plant in Kansas City, Missouri for the next 2 weeks. The chip shortage is mostly due to the pandemic. As car manufacturers reduced chip orders, demand skyrocketed for personal electronics.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. Pfizer says it's meeting with U.S. health officials today to talk about a so-called booster shot for COVID-19. President Biden's chief medical advisor acknowledging a third shot might be needed in the future, but saying it's not needed at this time. Dr. Anthony Fauci also indicating it's too soon for government to recommend another shot. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Dealing with a little bit of a slowdown building on Daniels Parkway between 75 and Treeline Avenue northbound approaching Daniels. Getting slow out there as well. We're looking good on 82 in and out of Lehigh Acres. Just some volume building on Alabama Road southbound approaching the intersection of 82. No delays crossing the bridges between the Cape and Fort Myers and downtown into North Fort Myers. All those running at about 2 minutes or so in each direction. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Monday, Southwest Florida. We are kicking off this Monday to what'll be a bit of an active start with scattered thunderstorms set to develop for this afternoon. We do, in fact, have a risk for some severe storms capable of producing some damaging winds, of course, heavy rain, lightning, and perhaps even some small hail as highs push to near 91 degrees. We'll be waking up here Tuesday morning to low near 74 degrees. Scattered storms again for both Tuesday and Wednesday with clouds and sun, highs remaining in the lower 90s for the next few days. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Drive the lefties at work crazy with the facts. Get up to speed. Mornings with Drew Steele.
92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We want your car, truck, van, or SUV today. We are paying top dollar for clean vehicles. Before you sell or trade, call Lee Auto Group to get the most money for your car. Lee Auto Group, lee-cars.com. Don't forget the dash.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Had a chance to visit A Locksmith, their showroom in North Naples. And Andrew is the owner. He is a fantastic guy. Get a chance to talk to him. He's a former police officer and an expert on home security. Maybe you have some needs like a safe, a Liberty safe. They are the only Liberty safe dealer in Collier County. And I don't know if you know, but A Locksmith is the oldest locksmith in Collier County and comes with a stellar reputation for professional quality and service. Their staff licensed, bonded, and insured and available. And 100% satisfaction is always guaranteed. Their employees are great. No contractors. They have all their employees there, and they are always professional, on time, serving Collier and Southern Lee counties. So if you're looking for your next Liberty safe, you want to go to A Locksmith. They have two Naples showroom, one in North Naples, across from Mercado, and one in the city of Naples, just north of Mooring Line Drive on US 41. Or if you want to find out more, visit alocksmithnaples.com.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no loan costs, period. If the mortgage you have right now was done prior to COVID-19, you should call us for a free review. At Mortgage Warehouse, we understand how frustrating it can be to make your mortgage payment month after month, and the loan balance just doesn't seem to go down. The payment is mostly interest, but we can help with that. We can combine near record low mortgage rates with our local no closing cost program to improve your mortgage payment right away. You do not have to roll any closing costs into your loan balance to get these ultra-low mortgage rates. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or call 313-5000. That's 313-5000. MortgageWarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154. Equal housing lender.
Mason Classical Academy is excited to announce the recent purchase of the Hodges University building for their new high school campus. Conveniently located off I-75 and Immokalee Road, this state-of-the-art campus will set the stage to prepare high schoolers for college by delivering a high-quality classical education. Mason Classical Academy's established proven track record is in high demand, so sign up now to take advantage of this tuition-free educational opportunity. This high school campus is second to none, including high-tech science and computer labs and state-of-the-art classrooms. MCA offers many extracurricular activities, a robust athletics program, and a full-time college advisor. MCA promotes virtue, patriotism, and an accurate portrayal of American history. Do you crave such an education for your high schooler? If so, Mason Classical Academy is the answer. Learn the true, do the good, love the beautiful. Learn more and enroll by visiting masonacademy.com today.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew, Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com. That's the website. Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching. We do appreciate it. Ignore no soliciting signs and make sure you use your script. Just a portion of the vaccine door-knocking documents that have been revealed. The missionaries across America to spread vaccine awareness. That's all we're doing. We're just going to be knocking on your door, making sure you're aware that there's a vaccine and that there's actually a virus that's out there. It's called COVID-19. I don't know if you've heard about this yet. I know this might be unusual and new for you, but they're going to have surge teams assembled and reinforcing local efforts across the country. So what do they say? We'll have that coming up in case you're wondering what's going to happen when you get that knock on the door. So that's on the way. And also, we will talk a little bit more about some of what we're hearing and the latest out of Cuba. And I think it's important that we keep focus on it. What will happen as the cry for democracy, for liberty and freedom, that idea is still alive and well in Cuba, and the Cuban people want this, and they were on the streets in many cities around Cuba, and so we're going to find out how this continues today, so we'll keep an eye on that, and many Republicans here in the state, including the governor, commenting, as a matter of fact, on it. What did the governor say in a tweet? Florida supports the people of Cuba as they take to the streets against the tyrannical regime in Havana. The Cuban dictatorship has repressed the people of Cuba for decades and is now trying to silence those who have the courage to speak out against its disastrous policies. And we're getting word as well of some from yesterday. Police brutal repression. Police unleashing a wave of massive arrests across the island to crush pro-democracy movements. So again, we'll keep an eye on that story. All right, the former president of the United States was at CPAC over the weekend. From what I understand, it went well. Again, a lot of people watch CPAC to see some of what is being discussed there. A couple of interesting stories. I'm trying to find hey, can you do me a favor, Jake? Because I don't have this up on my computer right now. Kristi Noem, N-O-E-M, Kristi Noem. Just type in Kristi Noem and governor. Because she said something about governors at CPAC that would lead you to believe that she kind of targeted DeSantis in a way that wasn't exactly the friendliest. Not sure if that was true or not, but I want to read the quote. And see if you can find it, and we'll pull that up. All right, let's listen to some of what the former President Trump had to say. There were very big crowds there to see and hear what he had to say. First of all, talking about the critical race theory that has been discussed in the past few months and even in the past year, and he said,
never forget that the radical left is not the majority in this country. We are the majority, and it's not even close. It's not even close.
Dare I say he's right? It's hard to believe that 874 million people voted for
all men and women created by go. You know the thing.
Yeah, that's about as much as when you're talking about 1776, and it's hard to believe that. We'll just leave that there. All right, he did talk about CRT.
We will completely defund and bar critical race theory. 1776, not 1619, if you don't mind. And if government-run schools are going to teach children to hate their country, we will demand school choice, and we already have been. If you listen to the media or watch the evening newscasts, our country has really gone bad. All we talk about is race. That's all they talk about, race. The whole show, race, race. We don't talk about our country being great anymore. We don't talk about how America can lead the world. We don't talk about stopping crime or the hundreds and hundreds of people that are being shot in Democrat-run cities and what to do about it. We don't talk about ending the drugs pouring across our borders, which I had greatly reduced with our wall and so many other things that we're doing. And most importantly, we never talk about the great future of our country. We don't talk about any of this stuff anymore.
He's right. Do we? Do we talk about how great the country can be, or do we, not we, they? Do they talk about the future and how great the country can be and how great it is? And no, they continue to tear it down. They continue to talk negatively about the country. And we know all the concerns that people have. And he laid out many of the concerns right there. And what's the left doing about it? What is their idea of making all of this right? Or dare I say, right all along? Yeah, see, I did that. A couple of other things he brought up that I wanted to mention. He brought up Hunter Biden again. Did you hear this?
The New York Post broke one of the biggest scandals ever to emerge in a presidential election, providing extraordinarily detailed evidence of the corruption of Joe Biden. And where's Hunter Biden? You know where he is? He's painting right now for $500,000 apiece. Where's Hunter? His highest and best use, I can tell you, is in a studio to paint, even though he's never painted before. He set a record for the highest price for a person that never painted a picture before. Never did a painting before. Then, without any basis whatsoever, Twitter and Facebook banned the New York Post's account of this terrible story.
It's true. Yeah, so in one 2 minute, or what was that? Less than 2 minutes. I guess it was 145-second moment of the former president's speech. And not only did he bring up the issues of big tech and the censorship there of those who, like the New York Post, who were talking about the expose of Hunter Biden and the laptop and the things that we found out inside and the issues of corruption and how it leads right back to Joe Biden and many things that were there that, because they mentioned it, taken down. Why did they do that? And also, the issue of Hunter Biden himself and how many people, a former White House ethics chief, rips Hunter's art sale, the perfect mechanism for funneling bribes. Everybody knows it. And yet the White House wants to defend it. And then there's something else that the former president said, and I want to just touch on this before we go to break, Jake. And it's this as he was concluding his speech from CPAC, former President Trump, and he said this.
We're all united by the same shared American values and by unyielding resolve to defend our beloved nation for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. We take great pride in our country, and we teach the truth about our history. We celebrate our rich heritage and national traditions. We honor George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, and all of our national heroes. And of course, we always respect our great American flag.
And again, I bring this up for a couple of reasons. Number one, because how many people are triggered by what he just said? How many people on the left? How many people in your neighborhood? How many people do you know listen to that portion of what the president had to say, President Trump, former President Trump, and are triggered by that and get upset by what he says there? And they don't believe any word of what he just said. And shared values. It's yours and mine. But why isn't it theirs as well? Because clearly they don't see the country the way we see the country. And thanks to critical theory and critical race theory, they are going to try to have us, with our tax dollars and our children, sent to government schools to have us willingly hand over kids to be taught the same exact thing that they believe, which is exactly the antithesis of what he said. Willingly handing over your kids to a system that is going to tell you something completely different. And then again, the issue of the flag and what people think about the flag. And I cannot tell you, and I can't say this enough this morning, and we'll say it a couple of times. Again, when you hear about Cuba and what is happening there over the weekend and how you have thousands of Cubans taking to the streets in cities all across Cuba, protesting against lacks of freedom and liberty and human rights and the worsening economy and everything that they see from a communist-led country. And they've had enough. And hopefully this one will stand up and there'll be more of people taking to the streets and real reform could possibly happen in Cuba. Who knows? But every time you see the Cubans on the street, go ahead, hit the music, Jake. Every time you see Cubans on the street, when you see Venezuelans on the street protesting, when you see people in Hong Kong protesting, they're protesting the governments of CCP. They're protesting the communist-led regime in Cuba. What flag are they holding? They're not holding the flag of Greece or Canada or Germany or any other country. They're holding the flag of the United States. Every single one of them. Because it is the symbol of liberty and freedom and what they desire and what they're looking for. And there's a reason for that. We'd like to keep it that way. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here is Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. Busy morning across Lee County. We have a crash at Bonita Beach Road Southeast and Bonita Landing Circle. Another crash in Lehigh at Sunshine Boulevard South and 15th Street Southwest. No injuries or roadblock there. Heading through Lehigh as well, we've got a disabled vehicle at Magnolia Avenue and West 6th Street causing just some slight delays nearby. And at Alico Road and Industrial Drive, just between 41 and Michael G. Rip Parkway. Watch out for a crash getting cleared up right there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Monday, Southwest Florida. As we head throughout the day, look out for scattered thunderstorms developing for this afternoon. Some may become severe with the capability of producing some damaging winds, heavy rain, and of course, frequent lightning too. A high of 91 degrees for today. Temperatures cool into the middle 70s overnight with more storms for tomorrow. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Get more than what the internet tells you. Get up to speed on The Drive with Trey Radel. Weekdays 5 to 7.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
No matter what it's like outside, Trane makes it comfortable inside. You can get a great deal now on a new heating and cooling system at Trane. Visit TraneInfo.com. Visit TraneInfo.com to find your local dealer and more. Because it's hard to stop a train.
Hey, we've got my friend Dave Meister on the phone, of course, with the Floor Meisters, the family-owned Floor Meisters in Naples. And Dave, listen, I know you got a lot of things going on. You're selling a lot of cord tech. That's great, but you got this 8,000 square foot showroom with a selection of carpet that is absolutely unbelievable as well. And the prices right now are pretty amazing. So I hear you got this whole thing going on with Dreamweaver carpets.
Well, we have the Dreamweaver Select, which is this is $3.99 carpet pad and labor. But this has a lifetime warranty for pet stains, abrasive wear, and even for steps, a stair warranty. Nobody's ever had that before.
Listen, if you haven't been to the Floor Meisters, you really owe it to yourself to visit their store, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. Whether it's tile, laminate, hardwood, or, of course, carpet, they've got it all. So give them a call today, 239-596-5400. 4964 or on the web at floormeisters.com.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
Dial star 2020. Friends, I care.
Trey Riddle, your host of The Drive here. It's summer. It is ridiculously hot, and you know it. You wearing glasses? How about contacts? I dealt with glasses and contacts for more summers than I can even begin to count. It's terrible. Go get LASIK today with Dr. France and his team. In fact, France Eye Care wants to help you get back to the grind, soon back to school, and back to everything with a $1,000 off of bilateral LASIK. Experience matters, technology matters, and high-quality results matter. That's why I trusted Dr. France and his team with my eyes. Now, again, for a limited time, take advantage of France's Eye Care's Back to the Grind, $1,000 off bilateral LASIK special. Get it today. Dial star 2020 from your mobile phone. Be on your way to better vision and a better life.
Friends, I care.
Jason and Todd believe in value. They're direct diamond importers and hand select each diamond directly from the cutters. By cutting out the middlemen, the Diamond District offers the best quality diamonds at the lowest prices, and they pass that savings on to you.
At the Diamond District.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. We always appreciate you watching. Trying to see some of the stories that was following over the weekend. Hey, is it time to start mandating vaccines? Do we need to get into that? There's a doctor on CNN, and you can only imagine what they would say. You know, no, we don't need to do that. Everything's fine. We shouldn't be doing that. I mean, there's the idea of people's choice and liberty and freedom and the science. And I can't even say it with a straight face. Who are you kidding? Of course they want to mandate it.
Is it time to move on from saying please to mandating?
I do think it's time to start mandating vaccines. And I think that private industry and private organizations will do that. You know, at GW University, where I work, starting this fall, you can't be on campus unless you're fully vaccinated.
Got to do something. Got to get private businesses on board with this. All we have to do is kind of push the idea that, man, you're going to have one tough life if you don't vax up. Hey, speaking of schools, is the science and the data backing all that up? You know, that is part of something I wanted to touch on over the weekend. Many people talking about this story out of the Wall Street Journal. You know, in children, the risk of COVID-19 death, of serious illness, remains extremely low. Lower than when they even knew a year ago how low it was then. Extremely slim risk of dying from COVID-19. According to some of the most comprehensive studies to date, which indicate the threat might be even lower than previously thought. Some 99.9995%. 99.9995, let me get that right. 99.995% of the 469,982 children in England who were infected during the year examined by researchers survived. Fewer deaths among children due to the virus than initially suspected. Among the 61 child deaths linked to a positive COVID-19 test in England, 25 were actually caused by the illness the study found. And there have been many studies like this. And I'm only bringing this up because, unlike here in the state of Florida, there are going to be states that are going to be told by unions and told by teachers' unions that there's no way, again, that they want the schools opened up until it is mandatory that everybody get vaxxed. All the kids have to be vaxxed. And, you know, there is a bigger part to this story that has to be talked about. And it's one that, number one, I would ask you, are you ready to mandatory vax up? If you haven't, are you ready for mandatory vaccines? Are you okay with that? That's the first question. But the other thing, too, is I think there's another part to vaccines that needs to be discussed, that we're not hitting on enough, that might be uncomfortable of a conversation. And I'm ready to put it out there. So when we come back, maybe we'll do that. We'll have a little bit of an uncomfortable conversation, possibly, just about my thoughts on some of what has been said by CNN and doctors on CNN and mandatory vaccinations. Also, worried about how you're going to get that knock, knock, knock at your door, just to make sure that you understand everything that's going on with vaccinations and who's going to be doing it. It's not the government, so what are you worried about? You got to stop. We'll get to all that coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
This is Daybreak 92.5 Fox News.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
What's that saying? If you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. But people that love hard work and love creating with tools in their hands and can communicate with designers and artists. Someone that hears this and gets jazzed by the idea. This is one of those jobs where people love and don't call it work.
For more information on what it's like being a Closet Factory installer and if it's the perfect job for you, call today. 239-225-7235. 239-225-7235. Closet Factory is an equal opportunity employer.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. My family and I are putting down roots right here in Southwest Florida and are so happy to be a part of this community. We hope to meet you out at one of the country clubs or walking the town center or out on one of the beautiful beaches or parks. So why are we Key City Capital here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
If you're looking for significant returns from real estate and alternative investments without any risk of loss to your principal and without all the work of collecting rent or worrying about stock market volatility, call us today at 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Or check us out online today at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
People sometimes may wonder why they need a big law firm after their injury. Imagine you're on your way to work and then, bam, your whole life changes. You're injured and now you have to fight for justice. Your opponent is not the driver of the car that hit you. It's their insurance company. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
License number CCC 1333045.
Storm safety starts at the top. When the wind and rain come, count on Crown Residential Services to make certain your roof is storm ready. After all, it should never rain inside your house. Crown offers repairs, replacement, free estimates, and the Crown Guard maintenance program, so you can be prepared and stay prepared. Is your roof ready? Not sure? Count on Crown. Call 855-CROWN-55. That's 855-CROWN-55. Make sure your biggest investment is absolutely protected. Call 855-CROWN-55.
Fox News, I'm Kathleen Maloney. The Senate has a lot to deal with before taking time off this summer.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is warning of long nights, working weekends, and a potentially shorter August recess so lawmakers can pass an infrastructure agreement and budget resolution.
Fox's Jared Halpern. Schumer could also force another vote on election reform, which was blocked earlier this year by Republicans. A one-time popular user of Twitter blasting social media at the Conservative Political Action Conference in Dallas.
We embrace free thought. We stand up to political correctness, and we reject the intolerance of left-wing cancel culture.
Former President Trump is suing social media companies over their targeting of conservatives and leniency toward liberals. America is listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Busy morning across Lee County. We have a crash at Bonita Beach Road Southeast and Bonita Landing Circle. Another crash in Lehigh at Sunshine Boulevard South and 15th Street Southwest. No injuries or roadblock there. Heading through Lehigh as well, we've got a disabled vehicle at Magnolia Avenue and West 6th Street causing just some slight delays nearby. And at Alico Road and Industrial Drive, just between 41 and Michael G. Rip Parkway. Watch out for a crash getting cleared up right there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Monday, Southwest Florida. We are kicking off this Monday to what'll be a bit of an active start with scattered thunderstorms set to develop for this afternoon. We do, in fact, have a risk for some severe storms capable of producing some damaging winds, of course, heavy rain, lightning, and perhaps even some small hail as highs push to near 91 degrees. We'll be waking up here Tuesday morning to a low near 74 degrees. Scattered storms again for both Tuesday and Wednesday with clouds and sun, highs remaining in the lower 90s for the next few days. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Southwest Florida's place to talk about
coronavirus. It's on the police.
Everything.
Give me liberty or give me COVID-19.
92.5 Fox News.
True relief for back and neck pain.
Back or neck pain is not just unpleasant, it can be debilitating, preventing you from performing your daily routine and even confining you to bed. In decades past, patients suffering from spinal issues were often just given pain medication, spinal injections, and, when they did not heal, often underwent spinal surgery. Luckily, there is now another option, non-surgical spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we use an advanced technology to apply a completely safe unloading force to relieve nerve compression associated with bulging herniated discs, sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, neuropathy. This award-winning approach, safe for any age, has gained international praise from physicians for its success. Complete pain relief is achievable. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
NCH Heart Institute is home to the most experienced and most dedicated team of physicians and nurses in Southwest Florida. Over the past 30 years, NCH Heart Institute has mastered the quality, the care, and the holistic patient experience that can only be found within a nationally ranked heart institute. Caring for a patient, mind, heart, and body. That's the cornerstone of our critical care team, which ranks in the top 2% of all hospitals in America.
NCH Heart Institute, at the heart of what matters most.
Listen up, vehicle owners. Waiting to sell your vehicle can cost you thousands of dollars. If you have a car, truck, SUV, or van, Sutherland buys it. Click SutherlandBuysIt.com right now. It's Florida's newest and easiest way to sell or trade your vehicle. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral are Florida's #1 dealer. And right now, we're paying 130% book value for your vehicle. Sell your car today. No matter if it's a current loan, lease, or paid off, Sutherland buys it. No matter the make, model, or mileage, Sutherland buys it. No matter when or where you bought it, Sutherland buys it. You could drive a newer, nicer car for less than you're paying now. Log on to SutherlandBuysIt.com. Get an offer for your vehicle right now. Waiting can cost you thousands. Sutherland is paying 130% book value today. Click SutherlandBuysIt.com.
See dealer for details.
Lusk, Draysites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Draysites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit LDTlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Draysites, and Talisano. LDTlaw.com.
Well, is the little pill working yet?
Men, these days could be a thing of the past. Hello, this is Dr. Lou Spangler at Neogenics. Recent advances in non-surgical treatment for erectile dysfunction, combining high-frequency shockwave therapy with the P-Shot, which utilizes platelet-rich plasma, can help restore your virility. These treatments help restore blood flow to the penis and rejuvenate penile tissues, resulting in longer, stronger, firmer, more satisfying erections. Both treatments are simple, in-office procedures, and there is no pain and no downtime. You can resume all normal activities immediately after treatment, including sexual activity. Men, you don't have to suffer anymore. If you have erectile dysfunction or simply want to improve your sexual function, call Neogenics at 239-277-9999 for a free consultation. That's Neogenics at 277-9999. Again, 277-9999.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching. We also appreciate if you would like to play with us. Have a little fun with Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. That coming up at 7:50. So get ready for that in just a little while from now. Oh, look at this. We got a little update. It is a Biden's America update.
Biden's America.
Poor kids are just as talented as white kids.
In Biden's America.
Lying dog-faced pony shoulder.
In Biden's America. Who knows what we'll see?
You know the thing.
You know the thing.
Get your words straight, Jack. Come on, man.
Let's see what else is happening in Biden's America. Oh, this from the Wall Street Journal today. Americans should brace themselves for several years of higher inflation than they've seen in decades, according to economists who expect the robust post-pandemic economic recovery to fuel brisk price increases for a while. So there you go. You like? How do you like your inflation? Do you like your inflation short term or long term? Because listen, if you like it long term, then you got the right guy at the job for that.
We choose truth over facts.
All right. So a little bit of that going on, and let's see what else do we have happening. All right, so I wanted to talk about this with regard to some of what we're hearing that has to do with the vid. I mentioned that CNN is ready to go. They're jumping on board with saying we've got to make we got to vaccinate and make it mandated. That's what we have to do. We've just got to do it, right?
Is it time to move on from saying please to mandating?
I do think it's time to start mandating vaccines. And I think that private industry and private organizations will do that. At GW University, where I work, starting this fall, you can't be on campus unless you're fully vaccinated. Look, I think that we're in the part of the pandemic now where the problem in this country is that 150 million Americans are not vaccinated. Now, half of that number is less than 18 years of age. But let's look at the adults. 75 million adults have chosen not to get vaccinated. And that choice has consequences. Now, we can't force you to take a jab in the arm, but there are many jobs, perhaps, that can prevent you from working if you decide not to get vaccinated.
So you see, that's how it works. So listen, just like a lot of other things that the left like to do, that totalitarian I don't want to say totalitarian regimes like to do, but let's just put it this way. If you are one and you believe in them, boy, this is one way to do it. Listen, we're not going to do it. We won't be the ones that will force you to get a jab. But listen, it's going to be really hard for you to go to school, to work, to do a lot of things in life. Who knows how far this can go unless you are vaccinated. If you are not, then, you might have a tough time. And it's the government's business, quite honestly. We know HHS Secretary Becerra said it last week.
It is absolutely the government's business. It is taxpayers' business if we have to continue to spend money to try to keep people from contracting COVID and helping reopen the economy.
Yeah, so that's out there. And you even have Asa Hutchinson, a Republican governor, who over the weekend, with George Stephanopoulos, being asked about door knocking, making sure people are vaccinated. Listen, like door-to-door vaccine pushes, that's no big deal. There's nothing dramatic here. Don't get too excited. This is a GOP governor, everybody.
Well,
whenever we have a low vaccination rate, we want all the help we can in order to accomplish a mutual goal in increasing vaccinations.
I just want to increase the goal of getting everybody vaccinated, right?
We want to have our churches involved. We want to have our communities, organizations, and if it means going into a community door by door and letting them know of this, then that's okay.
It's okay. What's the big deal going door to door? You got a Republican governor saying it's okay? Does he understand what the problem is? And clearly one of the problems is when you have a government who's like, we're not going to take away your rights. We're not going to do anything like that. No. Stop it. No, not at all. Listen, we only need 15 days to stop the spread. All right, we need 30 days to stop the spread. We just want to make sure that hospitals are not overwhelmed. That's all it is. So what? Some people are going to be knocking on doors. What difference does that make? We're just checking on everybody to make sure they're safe. You believe we need mandated vaccinations? 239-479-5592. Oh, and by the way, the door-knocking missionaries across America, as Zero Hedge put it, to spread vaccine awareness, that's all it is. Well, I guess they not only are going to have FEMA surge teams assembled to reinforce local efforts on the ground, so FEMA's going to be around to help the door knockers to get the message out, but in one county, they've published helpful hints for volunteers taking part in their community health ambassador outreach door-knocking project to increase COVID vaccination acceptance. Boy, that's a long phrase. And some helpful hints. Here you go. From the list of things that you got to look out for with the door knockers coming to your door, some helpful hints. Hey, look, if you're nervous, that's okay. We all still get nervous, even if we've done this before. You don't need to have all the answers. Listen, if you're unsure of an answer, be honest. Tell the person answering the door that you're a volunteer, and you'll take down their questions so that a health department staff person can get them the correct answer. Also, inform, don't convince. No, it's just to equip the person at the door with the information and resources they need. That's all it is. And by the way, ignore no soliciting signs. You're not soliciting. Oh, you're offering critical information and resources. What you're doing is not illegal. So just go ahead and be there right at their door so that you too can help them. So, okay, that's enough of that. They've got a script. They got a list of the buildings and apartment numbers and the addresses and everything of the people that they're going to that they know that are not vaccinated. I wonder how that all ends. But I think there is something fundamentally that is not being said. Maybe it's provocative. Maybe it's the tinfoil hat stuff. But I'll say it, and I'm going to go there in just a second. All right. Ron's in Estero. Hey, Ron.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Drew, wondering how come we have not heard any stories about an actual true vaccine with a derivative of the virus, like your flu vaccine, which took at least 5 years to develop, your polio vaccine. Every vaccine out there ever made has a derivative. This is purely an experimental injection, and everybody, Morgan & Morgan's not going to be able to save you if 5 years from now you have a baby that has an arm sticking out of its head.
I don't know. The baby carried away, but no, I understand what you're saying. The idea of that, how fast it came to the marketplace, and some of the questions. And I was even talking to Jake. It's funny you say that, Ron. And thanks for the call. I appreciate it. 239-479-5592. Not about babies with arms that are, no, not like that. But we were talking about this on the break earlier this morning. And we were talking about the vaccines specifically. And I brought up to Jake that it is interesting that, and this is, you can use the Google machine right now. You'll be shocked and surprised. There are COVID breakthroughs in vaccines. In other words, there are about 5,000 people who have been reinfected by have been infected, even though they have taken the vaccine. It's about 5,000 people with breakthroughs. Try to find breakthroughs with people who have already had the vid. Try to find breakthroughs there. And you'd be hard-pressed to find numbers. You'd be hard to pressed to find any information on that. So understand what I'm trying to say. Because this is important. And this is something that people haven't really talked about. And I just would like to know why. Because if you're talking about the vid and people who get it, and that you're looking at reinfection, you can't find reports anywhere, hardly any reports at all, on reinfection after natural infection. You just don't see it. But there are plenty of vaccine breakthroughs that you'll hear about and find all over the place. And somehow we're convinced that if you get the vaccine, you have immunity. And that's not the case. As a matter of fact, I think it was over the weekend on Tucker Carlson's program. I forget who was on with him, and I watched the segment, and forgive me, I don't know who it was, but they were talking about how there's a concern that they have that if you're talking about a vaccine that only has a certain percentage of immunity, then that means that those that have had it and now don't have it don't have the issues of reinfection. You don't hear a lot about that. Herd immunity, asymptomatic cases that have already been out there that nobody even realized they had it. And the more you have that herd immunity, that natural immunity, that natural infection that now doesn't give the virus a host to hop to, as opposed to somebody who never had it, who got vaccinated, who now only has a, let's say, 70, 80, 90%. We're told that it diminishes, right? And that's why we need boosters, we're told. Well, if it diminishes, now you're taking somebody who didn't have, I mean, this just is logic. Think about this. So you're taking somebody who didn't have the vid before. You're giving them a vaccine that is 60, 70, 80% effective. So there's still a 10, 20% chance that they could get it. At which time the vid is now looking for a host. They can't go to a host that has already had it. You don't get that reinfection happening, the herd immunity idea. And so who are they going to go to? Where does the virus go to? And some are suggesting that this could be prolonged for no reason through vaccination, because now there's a host that could possibly get the vid because they've never had the natural immunity before. Does that make sense? That's just part of it. But there's a little more, and maybe I'll talk about this later, just because it's going to take me more time to set this up, and I don't want to wait too long. But safe to say that, well, no, I can't go there right now. I got to wait. Next hour, we'll talk about it. There's another aspect to this that I think is a little provocative. Jake said, I'm not sure if you want to go down this road, but I'll go down the road. We'll talk about it coming up. In the meantime, this is the road we got to go down, Jake. Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you're in a PhD. Let's see. Caller number 5 at 239-479-5592. Caller number 5. Let's play Drew's College next. Would love to have you call 239-479-5592. Have a little bit of fun on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good Monday morning. Keeping an eye on a crash with injuries on Immokalee Road causing major backups. westbound from about Randall Boulevard through Rock Road. So watch out for some of those delays. Avoid the area for the time being if you can. Also in Lee County, we have a crash on Alico Road and Industrial Drive. Looks like that's going to cause some problems right between Michael G. Ritt Parkway and US 41. In Bonita, we have a crash at Bonita Beach Road Southeast and Bonita Landing Circle. No injuries or roadblock there. Another minor crash in Lehigh Acres at Sunshine Boulevard and 14th Street Southwest. Again, no injuries or roadblock. And a disabled vehicle in Lehigh at Magnolia Ave and West 6th Street. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Monday, Southwest Florida. As we head throughout the day, look out for scattered thunderstorms developing for this afternoon. Some may become severe with the capability of producing some damaging winds, heavy rain, and of course, frequent lightning too. A high of 91 degrees for today. Temperatures cool into the middle 70s overnight with more storms for tomorrow. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Kennedy at 3 and Drive Home with Trey Radel at 5. Now, back to Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Rockstar Harley is giving NADA retail value when you trade your bike for a new Harley this week. 100% of all credit applications considered. Rockstar Harley's retail trade value for your bike ends this Sunday. Adjustments made based on conditions and trading equity may be applied to amount financed and approved with average credit.
If you're moving, selling, or purchasing furniture and need help getting it home, there are a lot of moving companies to choose from. But wait, all moving companies are not created equal. Sure, if you're moving your college students' furniture, hiring young movers is fine. But if you're moving highly valued items, you need Rice's Moving and Transport. They meticulously pad wrap everything and secure your valuables and gently pack, transport, and set them up. Rice's Moving and Transport employs skilled professional movers who respect your belongings, not just young hunks who can lift heavy things. Moving is stressful enough. Don't stress about hiring the right moving company. Here's what Teresa in Naples said about Rice's Moving and Transport. I was so impressed when your moving crew came to my home. They politely introduced themselves by name. Seems small, but it made an impression. When you need help moving, trust Rice's Moving and Transport. Rice'sMoving.net, moving you into the future.
Goodbye, pests. I'll see you later. I called National Exterminators. For just $46, they get all rodents and bugs. 23946 no bug.
Call the boys and National Exterminators at 23946 no bug, or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Goodbye, pests. I'll see you later. I called National Exterminators. For just $46, they get all rodents and bugs. 23946 no bug.
Call the boys and National Exterminators at 23946 no bug, or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Phil in Naples. Hello there, Phil. I appreciate you playing Drew's College today. How are you today, sir?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. It's Drew's College, Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree. Question, sir, starts right now. Hey, do you know Ron DeSantis? He's the governor of the state of Florida, right?
I do.
Yeah, who was the governor before him?
The governor before Ron DeSantis. That's our senator. What the hell is his name?
That guy.
That guy. The bald guy.
The bald guy.
That
Can we
guy.
accept the bald guy? Yeah, Jake says yes. Rick Scott.
The tall bald guy.
The tall bald guy. Okay. That's very good. Well, or not. All right. So for your bachelor's degree question, who's the other senator in the state of Florida? You got
that's Rubio. Mr. Rubio.
That is Mr. Rubio. All right. That's then what? What? Jake said
He is like a little baby.
All right, stop that. All right, you got a bachelor's. Let's see if you get a master's degree on this question. What stops one branch of government from becoming too powerful? What's that called?
What branch or what?
In other words, what stops one branch of government from becoming too powerful? That's called.
That's called Donald Trump.
No, it's called checks and balances or the separation of powers. Have you heard that before?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, let's see if you get a master's degree on this question. If the president and the vice president can no longer serve, who becomes president?
Oh, that's the Speaker of the House.
That would be correct, sir. Well, good. Well, congratulations. Look at you. Phil, you came back strong. You got yourself a master's degree today on Drew's College. So
fantastic. I can go on with my day now. That's going to be great.
You can go on with your day. Boy,
on my way.
I feel awful that the only way you were going to be able to go on with your life was to play this game.
Thanks, Drew.
All right, thanks, Phil. We appreciate you. I think Phil had something else that he wanted to talk about. So, all right, Phil, I'm going to just put you on hold. We'll get to you in just a second. All right, 239-479-5592. The vice president had a couple of things to say about the vaccine that we're going to get to. You know, it's a shame that all that misinformation was out there, and that's pretty much the blame for vaccine hesitancy. She's really continuing to say that. I'm trying to remember. There were two people that were on the campaign trail that actually were part of the whole misinformation and the issues behind the vaccine hesitancy that we have. Gosh, I can't remember the two of them. I know one became president and one is a sitting vice president. Oh, yeah, that would be her. We'll get to that audio and some other things she said about Kinkos and voter ID. Yeah, if you didn't hear that one, it's a good one. So we'll have that one coming up as well.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Hurricane season is here, and there's a lot we need to do to prepare our homes. It's important not to forget about electrical safety. From generators to surge protectors, Mr. Sparky is here for you before, during, and after the storm to provide the best in electrical care. Give us a call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated. Licensed in their respective state or county.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune in to WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Hey, this is Papa with Casey, Carrie, and Cody. And as most of you know, when Irma hit in September of 2017, thousands of people tried unsuccessfully to call a roofing company, but all the roofers were so overwhelmed they could not handle or even answer those calls. Now here we are, 4 years later, and many of those same people are still waiting to have their roofs repaired. So we are implementing our proactive list. If you want to be on our list, call me for our free tile inspection. Once we inspect your roof, you will be on the proactive list. If or when the next storm hits, you will have no need to call any roofer because we will be calling you automatically to see if you need help. We can offer emergency repairs and tarp service or whatever your roof requires. Call Papa now for our free tile inspection, 945-2700. We believe it's wise to be proactive and it costs you nothing to join our list. Call Papa for our free tile inspection at 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Area code 239-945-2700. License number CCC 1326213.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
Among Americans, who's to blame? I'm Ann Carrick, Fox News. At CPAC in Dallas Sunday, former President Trump pointing to divisions as proof the Biden administration is doing poorly.
Highlighting rising crime and racial tension, former President Trump at CPAC Sunday said it's leading to Republicans strengthening their resolve and gaining new voters.
We're all united by the same shared American values and by unyielding resolve to defend our beloved nation for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed.
Trump's former intelligence chief, Rick Grinnell, agrees, saying people are becoming frightened of the other party.
Look at what's happening to the Democratic Party. Wokeism, cancel culture, far left, anti-Israel. I mean, all of this is scaring people.
At CPAC in Dallas, Eben Brown, Fox News.
The Taliban gaining ground in Afghanistan as U.S. troops continue to leave.
Over the weekend, Fox News visited Bagram Air Base. That's the main airport outside of Kabul, the capital of Afghanistan. It's been an airport for decades. It's been, for the last two, the U.S. military's main base. It is virtually abandoned, certainly of U.S. troops. They left nearly 2 weeks ago, and it's now being held by the Afghan army. The question is, for exactly how long? The Taliban took control of vast swaths of territory over the last week, but not the provincial capitals.
Fox's Ryan Chilcote. More rain for the Northeast as the West continues to sizzle.
Some areas getting heavy rain and the risk for flooding through Wednesday, especially from eastern Pennsylvania towards New York City. The heat continues to grip the western U.S. Excessive heat warnings are up from California to Utah. Monsoonal showers will bring temperatures down a little bit for portions of Arizona. However, pockets of heavy rain could result in flash flooding.
Fox meteorologist Janice Dean. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Monday morning. Keeping an eye on a crash with injuries on Immokalee Road causing major backups westbound from about Randall Boulevard through Rock Road. So watch out for some of those delays. Avoid the area for the time being if you can. Also in Lee County, we have a crash on Alico Road and Industrial Drive. Looks like that's going to cause some problems right between Michael G. Ripp Parkway and US 41. In Bonita, we have a crash at Bonita Beach Road Southeast and Bonita Landing Circle. No injuries or roadblock there. Another minor crash in Lehigh Acres at Sunshine Boulevard and 14th Street Southwest. Again, no injuries or roadblock. And a disabled vehicle in Lehigh at Magnolia Ave and West 6th Street. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Monday, Southwest Florida. We are kicking off this Monday to what'll be a bit of an active start with scattered thunderstorms set to develop for this afternoon. We do, in fact, have a risk for some severe storms capable of producing some damaging winds, of course, heavy rain, lightning, and perhaps even some small hail as highs push to near 91 degrees. We'll be waking up here Tuesday morning to low near 74 degrees. Scattered storms again for both Tuesday and Wednesday with clouds and sun, highs remaining in the lower 90s for the next few days. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
From smartphones and TVs to desktops, laptops, and tablets.
Every audio device in this hemisphere.
All you have to do is tell your smart device to play 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is Florida's factory direct window company. We manufacture, install, and guarantee your windows for life. One company, one call. Our replacement windows are made to better enhance the energy efficiency of your home and stand up to Florida weather. New South Window, home of the ultimate Florida window for you. Made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we know Florida weather.
Going on now. Buy 2 windows, get a third free. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau. You can count on us for great service. You can count on us to get it done. You can count on us for a price that's fair, and quality is second to none. For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda, CIGFlorida.com.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at GoodDealsAppliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Lusk, Drasites, and Tolosano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Tolosano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Tolosano. ldtlaw.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. The talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's, and we appreciate you watching. So who's ready for vaccine mandates? Who wants to mandate vaccinations across the country, across the globe? It's for your own good. Are you for that or against that? 239-479-5592. If you want to text or call, we would love to hear from you this morning. We know how many on the left feel about this conversation. You've got Kamala Harris, who's talked about it, right? And I think one of she had an interview over the weekend with BET. Was that who it was? I think it was with BET. And the questions were all about, different topics. But one that was brought up was the vaccine and, the door knocking that's on the way and the misinformation that's out there, right?
It's also the misinformation about the vaccine and the nature of it themselves.
So it's about the vaccine and the misinformation that's been out there. And I wonder who has been one of the biggest perpetrators of maybe misinformation that's out with vaccines. I don't know. If you were talking about 2020 in a presidential campaign, I could think of 2 people.
So let's just say there's a vaccine that is approved and even distributed before the election. Would you get it?
Well, I think that's going to be an issue for all of us. I will say that I would not trust Donald Trump, and it would have to be a credible source of information.
Yeah, so I wouldn't trust Donald Trump. It's got to be a credible source. So would she take it? No, right?
That talks about the efficacy and the reliability of whatever he's talking about. I will not take his word for it.
Yeah, so she's not going to take his word for it. She wasn't going to take it, and neither was the president of the United States, the running for president on the Democrat ticket, Joe Biden, at the time.
When we finally do, God willing, get a vaccine, who's going to take the shot? Who's going to take the shot? You can be the first one to say, sign me up. They now say it's okay. I'm not being facetious.
Yeah. No, it's just Republicans. They're the ones. It's the evil red states Republicans. It's definitely DDS, DeSantis derangement syndrome. It's definitely Ron DeSantis. He's been the biggest troublemaker when it comes to vaccine hesitancy and all the red states and all you goobers out there that won't take the vaccine. The unwashed. You're the biggest problem. And it's all the people that you follow and Fox News, and you know how that works. Yeah, the president and vice president now, running in 2020, had nothing to do with vaccine hesitancy at the time. Just ask them. Well, don't ask them because they'll lie to you because it's a good thing we have Al Gore's famous interwebs to tell us the truth. And quickly, before we move on, I just want to go to one point. And look, maybe this is provocative. Maybe this is tinfoil hat. I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm just putting this out there quickly. As the former vice president was, or the vice president now and candidate at the time, Kamala Harris said.
Well, I think that's going to be an issue for all of us. I will say that I would not trust Donald Trump.
2 things come to mind when she says that. I wouldn't trust Donald Trump. Number one, the first thing that comes to mind is think of all the local politicians, all the state politicians that desperately hate Republicans, conservatives, and really, really hate Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump. And by default, anything that they say is off the table. Not going to agree with them. I don't like them. I'm not going to agree with them on anything. Even if they're right, I am not going to agree. If they tell me that the policy should be this, let's say Ron DeSantis in the state of Florida, I don't even want to follow those policies. I want to have nothing to do with those policies because of my hatred with Republicans and conservatives and Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis in this case. So you can see where that would lead certain individuals who are either running or going to be in some form of power, whether it is a school board, whether it's a city council, whether it's a county commission. It could be anything across the board. You could see where they might do things that would be, I don't know, detrimental to the people that they represent because of their hatred. Is that an outrageous thing to say? I will not. I hate Ron DeSantis, so I will not follow fill in the blank. I will not fill in the blank. Have people done that locally? You're darn tootin' they have. I said darn tootin'. My son's been watching a lot of TV shows from the 50s and 60s lately, so things like Jeepers and darn tootin' has come up a bunch of times. That's about as... What?
Did you guys watch Sandlot or no?
No, we didn't watch The Sandlot. Thanks for asking. No, it was a big Dennis the Menace weekend, and that's
soon though, right?
Yeah, somewhere it'll get squeezed in.
Nice.
It has to get squeezed in because my fingers are thinly spread apart. If you're watching at drewsteele.com, this is about as much TV as we watch on a regular basis. It just doesn't happen. He's never inside. We don't do TV. The TV on the wall right now has been pretty much. If I could Scotch tape like a Van Gogh over the top of it, it would be worthy.
You could always just display a picture of Van Gogh.
I could. I don't know how to do that. You need to come over and help me make that happen. But then here's the second thing that I'm going to put out there. When it comes to mandatory vaccines and having to have it, and I was looking at a story to kind of set this up a little better. I was looking at a story, and where was it? I want to say it was at hotair.com. Let's see if I can find it. And it had to do with CPAC and some comments made at CPAC, the concerns that people have about mandatory vaccinations, the certain individuals that were insulted by the CPAC crowd applauding a comment that was made by Alex Berenson. And here's what Alex Berenson said. Wait, hold on a second. That's not where is. All right, hold on. Alex Berenson said this.
They were hoping, the government was hoping, that they could sort of sucker 90% of the population into getting vaccinated, and it isn't happening, right? There's younger people.
Now, people are insulted by the fact that there were people applauding at CPAC when Alex Berenson said that the government was trying to sucker 90% of the people to get vaccinated, and they're not doing it.
They're well aware of what the risks really are, and they're well aware of the side effect profile of the vaccines. They're becoming more aware of that, and they don't want to. And so there is going to be more pressure.
Okay. Is it possible that there are more people that have taken the time to research and find out more about the vaccines, and they're not really crazy about what they're hearing about it, as compared to the amount of people that die due to COVID and the risk that you may or may not have in your age group and your comorbidities and the like, all the things that we know about. Well, this article, they're just offended. They're just so offended that the audience would applaud this. Like, this is not the way to do this. And going after conservatives, and I think it was on Jake Tapper's program, I think it was mentioned by Tapper about the same statement that had to do with the crowd cheering, and trying to see if I can find this. All right, here it is. Yeah.
Not true about the vaccine. But what I wanted to get your reaction to is the crowd cheering when this gentleman talks about how the government was not able to achieve a 90% vaccine goal. The crowd cheers. As a public health official, what's your reaction when you hear that?
It's horrifying. I mean, they're cheering about someone saying that it's a good thing for people not to try and save their lives.
Okay, that's a little hyperbolic, but Again, it's a 99.7% death rate due to COVID. And everybody questions the numbers because dying from COVID as opposed to dying with COVID, there's some questions about the numbers that are out there. Everybody knows the numbers now. Again, it's being hyperbolic. I'm making the suggestion that the applause was not for what they think it is. And I'm going to make a statement now that I think is the one that I hope this comes across the right way, and it's this. Is it possible that with all the information, and I talked to some people over the weekend, and this is what the conversation was like, so just bear with me. Is it possible that what these mandatory vaccination people don't understand and what the issue that people have with being vaccinated is that the institutions and the bureaucracies and the government have lied to people so many times. So often has it been out there, whether it's January 6th or the Trump-Russia collusion hoax or any of the impeachments, the Ukraine phone call. I mean, you can go down the line of all the things that have happened and the concerns that people have about institutions and bureaucracies and the government right now in this country. That in 2020, is it possible that people were told 15 days to stop a 30-day spread because we don't want to overwhelm hospitals, and people were fine to do that only to find out that now it has become mandatory vaccinations, and they've been lied to since the beginning of a virus that when they look at it and they see something that I discussed before, which is the concerns that if you have a vaccine that somebody is taking that doesn't have a comorbidity, that is not in a vulnerable age group, a young individual who's taking a vaccine who never had COVID before and doesn't have natural immunity built, that they don't have it, and now they're given a vaccine that does not have 100% protection for them. That is something that is going to be 70, 60, 80%. I mean, the numbers are going to go down because, right, the vaccine and the efficacy goes down, and that's why they're talking booster shots and how some people are saying, listen, if we would just do herd immunity and we would have people that we know that are asymptomatic, and we know some people have had it and don't even realize it, and we know some people now have this immunity because they've had it before, they've had it and now they know that they have this immunity, where you don't hear tons of breakthrough cases. In other words, people having the vid before and then all of a sudden getting it again, as opposed to all the breakthrough cases we're hearing about. You can just Google it, meaning that people that have gotten the vaccine have contracted COVID, even though they have the vaccine, showing that it's not 100%. That there are people, experts, that are saying they are concerned because if somebody has the natural immunity, ultimately the vid is looking for a host. They're not going to go to somebody with natural immunity, somebody who's had it or an asymptomatic case or the like. And so they're looking for a host to go to, and the host is going to be somebody who has had the vaccine because it's not 100% foolproof. And so that's just going to extend this as opposed to shutting it down naturally. That there are people that are concerned that for so long they've been lied to, that they're being lied to again, and now are being forced to take a vaccine when they look and say, I don't see what you see. And again, I go back to Vice President Harris and President Biden at the time, who was saying, Trump's vaccine, I'm not taking this. And the possibility that all of that was built up, and people say, well, it was Donald Trump who Operation Warp Speed. They're the ones that brought this. It was the Republicans. It was Donald Trump that was saying, go out and get it. And I'm going to. Well, is it possible that the president at the time was given information by Fauci and Birx and others that this had to be done, that this had to be created, that all of this had to take place in order for this to go away? And he was just running with the information that was given to him at the time by what many people are now looking at as questionable sources, unfortunately. Do you see where I'm going with this, Jake? Does this make sense to you? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I mean, I do.
I mean, I hate to say it that way, but that's the discussion that I had over the weekend. And I hate to bring it up that way. But there are a lot of questions that are out there, and it's okay for us to ask these questions. And when somebody makes that argument, well, it was Trump that had Operation Warp Speed. You're the one that wanted to take the vaccine last year, and now all of a sudden you don't want to take it. Why? Well, maybe because the information has changed. Maybe because the people that have been telling us all of these things, 30 days to stop the 15-day spread, to stop the 30-day spread, to get people to make sure that we're not overwhelming hospitals, instead of focusing on therapeutics for a virus that has a 99% chance that you're going to survive, are you following what I'm saying? That they were looking for people that they can believe and trust, and those people that they believe that they could trust in, like Fauci and Birx at the time. And I mean, they wouldn't do anything that all of a sudden you come to find out, I'm not really sure. The people have questions. So whose fault is that? Is it for those that have questions about the vaccine that are like, yeah, listen, I'm okay. You're vaccinated. What are you worried about? Well, wait a minute. The vaccine doesn't cover me completely. Well, then we have a whole other story to talk about, do we not? Yeah. Or maybe I'm crazy. 239-479-5592. Maybe I'm completely wrong, and this is an outrageous thing. Then this is an outrageous segment. How dare I say these things? Cards and letters, care of this station. You can make them to Jake. Don't make them to me.
Send them to me.
I get way too many letters. I get way too many emails. I just can't do it anymore.
I'll make sure I throw them all away. I'll get
No. Don't throw them away. If you get them, let's read them. Because at this point, we're reading emails and we're like palm firmly implanted in the forehead. Really, another day. I get it. But you're listening, so I appreciate that. 239-479-5592. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. Hope this is making some sense. You do with you and your body what you wish. Let's see what Therese O'Shea has with traffic.
Good morning. We have a crash off to the side of I-75 on the left-hand shoulder, southbound, right between Colonial Boulevard and Daniels Parkway. So be sure to move over if that's part of your commute right now. Also keeping an eye on major slowdowns, including some stop-and-go traffic on Immokalee Road, heading westbound in North Naples, right through Wilson Boulevard all the way to Rock Road because of a crash with injuries. Alico Road at Industrial Drive, we've got a crash getting cleared up there right now. No major problems up and down US 41. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Monday, Southwest Florida. As we head throughout the day, look out for scattered thunderstorms developing for this afternoon. Some may become severe with the capability of producing some damaging winds, heavy rain, and of course, frequent lightning too. A high of 91 degrees for today. Temperatures cool into the middle 70s overnight with more storms for tomorrow. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Drew Steele in the morning and Trey Radel in the afternoon. 2 doses of what cures liberalism. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Summer real deals are here.
We're bringing back good times and great food.
Mel's is taking the heat off rising prices by bringing you cool summer real deals. Monday, every selection on the Golden Oldies menu is $10. We're talking Mel's famous meatloaf, chicken tenders, hot roast, and more, including sides. Just $10 with beverage purchase. Wednesday, Mel's award-winning fall-off-the-bone baby back ribs, served with coleslaw, super salad. It's a summer real deal at just $12.99. Thursday, enjoy a half-pound prepared-to-order Braveheart Black Angus cheeseburger with fries and slaw, plus a domestic draft, $9.99. And how about this? A summer real deal Friday and Saturday date night, featuring Mel's fresh roasted USDA choice prime rib, together with a glass of wine, just $15.99. Now that's a winning summer real deal. Summer real deals are happening now at Mel's Diner.
Goodbye, pests. I'll see you later. I called National Exterminators. For just $46, they get all rodents and bugs. 23946, no bug.
Call the boys at National Exterminators at 23946, no bug. Or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Goodbye, pests. I'll see you later. I called National Exterminators. For just $46, they get all rodents and bugs. 23946
Call the Boas and National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Being a letter carrier and walking 20,000 steps, which equals up to about 10 miles a day, it's tough. I really didn't have feet problems, I had back problems. I had had as many epidurals that I could possibly have in 1 year. That was scary. Well, I've been delivering letters to the Good Feet store for over 6 years, and the expert there finally convinced me to try their arch supports.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Keith actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
The people at the Good Feet store really educated me about what the arch supports could actually do. And lo and behold, I have no more back problems. The future I can see now. I couldn't see it before. Where I would be without them, I have no clue. I'm Keith, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
Hi, I'm Keith, the owner of Storm Shield Windows and Doors in North Fort Myers. And when it comes to hurricane windows and doors, you have two choices, Storm Shield and all the rest.
The aesthetics of the appearance from the outside and the inside is just amazing. But it's quiet. It's really quiet inside, and it's made a huge difference in our energy consumption. My name is Dee Channel, and I have 100% confidence in Storm Shield products. On a scale of 1 to 10, they'd be 10 plus.
Yes, my name is Dwayne Channel. My wife and I made a decision to replace our windows. Storm Shield windows, they were the only company that had the hurricane windows that we were looking for. Our best decision we made was purchasing Storm Shield windows.
Storm Shield windows and doors reduce the exterior noise by up to 80%. And our clients typically see an average energy savings of 40%. Why choose Storm Shield? Because everyone deserves the best. Call us today at 239-491-7002 or visit stormshieldSWFL.com.
Dr. Svetlana Kogan here, a board-certified internal medicine concierge physician on 5th Avenue South in Naples. Many of you wonder what holistic practice is. Well, good health is like a puzzle. It depends on how you perceive yourself, your environment, what you eat, your relationships, and lifestyle. It takes time and skill for the doctor to put these pieces of the puzzle together for you and come up with solutions customized to your specific needs. Holistic doctors believe that less medication is better and use preventive approach to keep you out of harm's way. This is also a concierge practice. Every patient gets my email and cell phone for emergencies and can be seen the same day if necessary. You are seen by me personally, and we take all the time that you need. You can visit my website, customlongevity.com. That's customlongevity.com to learn about how I, Dr. Svetlana Kogan, can help you feel healthy and balanced again.
NCH Heart Institute is home to the most experienced and most dedicated team of physicians and nurses in Southwest Florida. Over the past 30 years, NCH Heart Institute has mastered the quality, the care, and the holistic patient experience that can only be found within a nationally ranked heart institute. Caring for a patient, mind, heart, and body. That's the cornerstone of our critical care team, which ranks in the top 2% of all hospitals in America. NCH Heart Institute, at the heart of what matters most.
Keeping your home and business cool is a struggle, but now you can be the insider on how it all works and how to keep it running when the heat is on. Join Matt and Justin from Island Air right here on Saturday morning at 5 a.m. for the Island Air Hour, providing quick and effective solutions for commercial and residential air conditioning and heating systems. If you have a question about your system, you can call us right now at 239-747-1550, and we'll be glad to help. Serving Southwest Florida since 1972.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach. Did you know that state legislatures have the power to redraw district boundaries for every member of Congress and every member of the state legislature? We do this based on the census that is required every 10 years. In Florida, that process is regulated by the Fair Districting Act, amended on the Florida Constitution in 2010. It requires that district lines are not drawn to favor one political party, that districts are compact, and that they follow geographic boundaries. Due to our exploding population from people fleeing liberal lockdown states, Florida will receive a new congressional seat, while socialist states like California and New York are losing seats. This proves that people are choosing freedom. The process begins this fall, and the final maps will be voted on during our session early next year. This is State Representative Spencer Roach. You can count on me to keep you updated as things unfold, and I'm counting on you to help keep Florida red because I'm not tired of winning. Stay tuned and stay engaged. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach, P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
Fox News, I'm Kathleen Maloney. Former President Trump closing out CPAC with a stinging criticism of the Biden administration's handling of the migrant surge at the southern border. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton agrees.
There were lots of things that were really working well. The numbers came way down. And sure enough, here we are a year later. We have the worst numbers that I think I've ever seen. We have more drug trafficking. We have more human trafficking. We have more sex trafficking. It is a disaster.
Paxton on Fox and Friends First. England had high hopes of winning soccer's European Championship for the first time in 55 years, but British fans are disappointed.
The match in London finished 1-1 and Italy won a penalty shootout. Instead, the celebrations were in Rome, Milan and Naples.
Fox's Simon Owen in London. America is listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. We have a crash off to the side of I-75 on the left-hand shoulder, southbound right between Colonial Boulevard and Daniels Parkway. So be sure to move over if that's part of your commute right now. Also keeping an eye on major slowdowns, including some stop-and-go traffic on Immokalee Road, heading westbound in North Naples, right through Wilson Boulevard all the way to Rock Road because of a crash with injuries. Alico Road at Industrial Drive, we've got a crash getting cleared up there right now. No major problems up and down US 41. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Monday, Southwest Florida. We are kicking off this Monday to what'll be a bit of an active start with scattered thunderstorms set to develop for this afternoon. We do, in fact, have a risk for some severe storms capable of producing some damaging winds, of course, heavy rain, lightning, and perhaps even some small hail as highs push to near 91 degrees. We'll be waking up in your Tuesday morning to a low near 74 degrees. Scattered storms again for both Tuesday and Wednesday with clouds and sun, highs remaining in the lower 90s for the next few days. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
I won't give up the ship.
Talking about what matters.
This country is too great to throw over to communism. I love it.
92.5 Fox News.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. They say love and passion makes the world go round. Love for home, family, your country, partner, a friend, and love for food. Stevie wants to be part of your love with our food, drink, sports, and fun. Our passion for your satisfaction brings our love to all of our great customers. Whether it's our brisket short rib burgers, Chicago pizza, fajitas, wings, fish fry, or ribs, it's delivered to your table with love. So at Stevie's, we invite you to share our love of great food, drinks, sports, and fun. You'll never get bored or broke. We feel loved by the sound of our great customers. We promise to treat you like family at your home away from home. I guarantee it. For daily specials, go to StevieTomato.com. Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page, Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Come, come, come.
Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN. Member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no loan costs, period. If the mortgage you have right now was done prior to COVID-19, you should call us for a free review. At Mortgage Warehouse, we understand how frustrating it can be to make your mortgage payment month after month, and the loan balance just doesn't seem to go down. The payment is mostly interest, but we can help with that. We can combine near record low mortgage rates with our local no closing cost program to improve your mortgage payment right away. You do not have to roll any closing costs into your loan balance to get these ultra low mortgage rates. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or call 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
It's a new day, and it's coming at you fast. It could be the day your workforce doubles, or the day your visitors quadruple. With Comcast Business, you'll have what you need to take on every twist and turn, like the flexibility to control multiple Wi-Fi networks from anywhere, and the power of the nation's largest gig speed network, the one that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a great offer for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Want even more speed? Ask how to get up to 10 gigs for your small business. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 35 megabits per second internet and one voice line. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Compares Comcast Business 10 gig EDI with AT&T 1 gig.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. I see a lot of people are holding. They want to talk about all different issues. Hey, I'm game. We'll go to the phones right after we hear the top 5 audio clips of the day. Here's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5. To do this, you have to use this racialism, use this racial divide as a tool to paint all white people as inherently racist. Do you believe that? Do you believe all white people are inherently racist?
So I don't know if you're backing me into a corner with that question, but yes, I do. I do believe that all white people are at some level, at the unconscious level, connected to racism.
All right, there you go. Liz Wheeler, who was talking with Mark Lamont Hill on his program, Black News Tonight on the DNC Go channel or something to that effect. And she asked him, do you think that all whites are racist? And there you go. There's his answer. But I want to break down that answer a little bit because there is something that he did say in there that I thought was something that we need to talk about a little more. But, a critical race theory and a propagandist bringing that up. But nothing to see here. Everything is fine. Teaching in schools, everyone.
Number 4.
We don't talk about our country being great anymore. We don't talk about how America can lead the world. We don't talk about stopping crime or the hundreds and hundreds of people that are being shot in Democrat-run cities and what to do about it. We don't talk about ending the drugs pouring across our borders, which I had greatly reduced with our wall and so many other things that we're doing. And most importantly, we never talk about the great future of our country. We don't talk about any of this stuff anymore.
That is the former president of the United States at CPAC yesterday, and he was the last speech of the weekend there at CPAC, and really telling it like it is there. Why are we not focusing on those things? Why are we not talking about how great the country can be? Because there are a group of people in this country, and I don't think they are the majority, who want to tell you different. And somehow the media has us convinced that they're the majority, that 872 million people voted for Joe Biden. I don't think so.
Number 3.
3, 2, 1. Release, release, release. Clean release. Ignition. and 60 seconds, and that is a full duration burn, folks. We are headed to space.
No.
Nope.
No. That doesn't count.
Nope.
It doesn't count.
That's
That
not
is
space.
no. That's audio from the space flight yesterday. They're calling it the made-believe space flight of Richard Branson, 5-man crew. Well, there were 5 women. Is that PC to call it a 5-man crew if there were a couple of women there? 53 miles above the Earth and achieved weightlessness for about 3 to 4 minutes. He's the second oldest man in space after John Glenn at 71 years of age. They're calling it space, but was that really space?
Nope.
No, I'm not sure. You know, when I'm thinking space, I'm thinking a little more than that. I'm not buying it.
Lightsabers, the Force, explosions.
Right, we're thinking lightsabers. We're thinking green furry people. They're not even people, aliens, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Trying to go home with a glowy finger. That's what we're thinking about when we're talking. Yeah, that's right.
Number 2. Is agreeing to voter ID one of those compromises that you'd support? I don't think that we should underestimate what that could mean. Because in some people's mind, that means, well, you're going to have to Xerox or photocopy your ID to send it in to prove you are who you are. Well, there are a whole lot of people, especially people who live in rural communities, who don't, there's no Kinkos, there's no Office Max near them.
Yeah, how could they possibly show their photo ID? Because there's no Kinkos or anything like that. They don't Xerox in certain communities. That's the vice president, of the United States. Boy, that was a Freudian slip. The vice president, Kamala Harris, saying it's almost impossible for rural Americans to photocopy an ID. Really?
Number 1.
That is the sound of people taking to the streets there all over Cuba, tons of cities taking to the street, protesting against human rights abuses, a lack of freedom, worsening economic situations in the communist rule country.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Many people keeping an eye on it. Interestingly enough, the big lead on CBS this morning and some of the other talking head shows was about, Branson going into space, billionaires in space and other things. Not a whole lot of talk about this. I wonder why. It is funny how the Biden administration did put a message that it's not people that want freedom and liberty, even though that's the words that they're talking about. No. It's they just were expressing concerns about rising COVID cases. And that's all it was. It was, okay, I want you to catch this. If you're trying to figure out how out of touch the White House is with what's happening in Cuba, thousands of Cubans demonstrate against the communist regime. Videos all over the place about this. Republicans commenting on it. Marco Rubio, spontaneous street protests breaking out in several cities in Cuba right now with chants of "We are not afraid." Frustration with the dictatorship's incompetence, greed, and repression is mounting rapidly. A lot of video about this. And what does the White House say? Now, this isn't out of touch. This is Julie Chung, the acting assistant secretary for U.S. Department of State, Bureau of Western Hemisphere Affairs, saying peaceful protests are growing in Cuba as the Cuban people exercise their right to peacefully assemble to express concerns. They have a right to peacefully assemble there? Really? Where? Who? What? It's over rising COVID cases and medicine shortages. That's all it is. We commend the numerous efforts of the Cuban people mobilizing donations to help neighbors in need. Are you that out of touch? Yes, you are. You have to be kidding, right? For more than 60 years, Cubans have not had the right to peacefully assemble. You don't get that. And it's a shame to see tweets like that, because unfortunately we know what kind of support that the Cuban people will get from this administration. And why? Why do they think this way? Why is it that there are leaders, governments, people who have no interest in supporting the Cuban people and what's going on there? As if everything is fine, move along, we're good. Obama said it was good, right? I mean, right? All right. And then the other thing, which is always so striking, and we're going to move on after this, and it's simple. Every single time you see photos of Hong Kong and protesters there who are looking for and to keep some of their freedom and liberty that they have in Cuba, in places like Iran, protests there, in places like Venezuela, protests against the government. What do you always see? You always see the U.S. flag. You always see the American flag. You always see them holding the American flag. Every single place, you will always find a picture. You know what you don't see? You don't see them holding a flag of Canada or France or Germany or any other country for that matter. Why is that? Why in the world do people who protest dictatorial regimes, communist countries, why do they do that? And I wonder what people that really want to make us more like Cuba, you know, make America Cuba, make America Russia, make America China, like all those people. When they see an American flag, what do they think? All right, 239-479-5592. You know, something else with Mark Lamont Hill, I just have to play this quickly again. You know, the discussion was Liz Wheeler was on his program at DNC Go. I don't know what that is. It's called Black News Tonight. It's Mark Lamont Hill, critical race theory propagandist. And this conversation about books in our schools, there's a book in particular that she brought up that has been witnessed in Illinois. Christopher Rufo has brought this up on numerous occasions. That she teaches specifically that whites are the devil, they are racist. And she just wants to ask about that, the teaching of critical theory and critical race theory. And as the conversation went...
To do this, you have to use this racialism, use this racial divide as a tool to paint all white people as inherently racist. Do you believe that? Do you believe all white people are inherently racist?
So... I don't know if you're backing me into a corner with that question, but yes, I do. I do believe that all white people are at some level, at the unconscious level, connected to racism.
All right, I just have to stop there because this is so important to not lose this. Again, I brought this up earlier, and it's really simple. If you don't understand what critical race theory is, you don't understand why so many parents want this out of our schools being taught, social justice, white fragility. That is critical race theory, critical theory in and of itself. You don't understand any of this. You just don't want this being taught to our kids. All you have to do is listen to that one phrase that he brought up, which is...
Some level, at the unconscious level.
Right? That he says...
I do believe that all white people are at some level, at the unconscious level, connected to racism.
Okay, at some level, at the unconscious level.
Some level, at the unconscious level.
That's all you need to know. The unconscious level is that critical race theorists, people who teach social justice in our schools, people who want to teach diversity, equity, and inclusion in our schools, believe that the only way to get rid of racists is to fundamentally dismantle the ideology and the government that we have in the founding of this nation, tear it to the ground and start from scratch. Because...
Some level, at the unconscious level.
At the unconscious level. Because what they believe, people who believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion, people who believe in social justice, people who believe in this idea of justice in any form that they're bringing it up, or critical race theory, is that Jake is racist.
But only when I'm sleeping.
No.
Sorry.
Probably. Jake's racist because, well, he doesn't even know it. It's happened unconsciously because of the system that's been in place, brought by our founding in this country. Because those individuals were. Do you see? Isn't that simple?
No.
You're not getting what I'm saying.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Right. What they're saying is ridiculous. Yes. It's crazy. It's dangerous. But follow what I'm saying. If you don't know anything about critical race theory, you don't understand social justice, you don't understand white fragility, you don't understand all of these words, you don't understand any of this. When you hear of directors of diversity, equity, and inclusion that have to be in businesses, in our school districts, they exist. There are people who do this. It's part of their job. And you're like, why is this here? I don't get it. What are they trying to accomplish? What they're saying is that because our system has been brought into place by people that are racists, our founders, the founders of this country, and the systems that were put into place, that you living in this country from birth have been programmed, have been brought up in a society that has made you racist and you don't even realize it. And you never will realize it. You'll always say you're not, but because you're part of the system and you've been brought up into the system, you are. So these individuals, by default and by who they are and by design, to Liz Wheeler's point, by design, the only way to make all of this go away is to dismantle the United States as we know it, to get rid of our institutions, to get rid of everything that we know, free market, capitalism, all of this has to go away. We have to start over. And how do you think we start over? With what? It ain't free market capitalism. It ain't with liberty and freedom. That's what it is. So you don't have to know the rest. You don't have to know the rest. All right. Do we need to go? We need to go. What's that? Okay. I could take a call. All right. Gary's been holding patiently for a very, 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 very long time. He's in Cape Coral, and I hate to do that to you, Gary. So let's have you end the program on a lighthearted, bright, happy note. Gary, are you there?
You've had a pleasure with you, yeah.
Oh, now your phone's breaking up. Oh my! Is he? Sorry, Gary. That's our bright, happy message right there.
We tried, Gary.
We did try. No, well, actually, we didn't. He's been on for a long time. I didn't. But I know he wanted to talk about the mandatory vaccination issue and where we're going with that. And maybe we'll discuss that more tomorrow. Because I hear the music. All right, we got to go. Glenn Beck is next. Listen, have a great day. And we'll see you tomorrow. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Let's find out how the remainder of the forecast is shaping up with Wink News meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Happy Monday, Southwest Florida. As we head throughout the day, look out for scattered thunderstorms developing for this afternoon. Some may become severe with the capability of producing some damaging winds, heavy rain, and of course, frequent lightning too. A high of 91 degrees for today. Temperatures cool into the middle 70s overnight with more storms for tomorrow.